Starting.
What country were you in?
Oh,
I was in Ireland and Italy.
Nice.
are we
All
started?
right. Yeah, we're live. Freaking Smart Not Sober podcast, bro. Episode 5. What it do?
What's up? What's cracking?
What's
sorry.
what's
Yeah, we're
up?
live.
What's cracking?
What's a crack-a-lackin'?
What's up? What's
Hello.
cracking? Here, I'm just gonna put it on the Discord for everybody. Where's the homie hookup? There it is.
So in case anyone doesn't know, Hammered, it went on a trip to compete for Worlds, right?
He went to a kumite and he had to go off grid for like 2 weeks. So couldn't hear from him. Last
No.
message we
Okay.
got is, I'm gonna be there in like an hour. Nothing after. That's when they grabbed him. They got him ready. They're like, you're going on the plane now to the kumite.
But the reason I bring that up, he went to Italy and Ireland. Did you get jet lag at all? How was that?
I don't think so. I felt pretty good. I think it has to do with my shit sleep schedule here.
Ah, works out.
That's-
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty much on their schedule. Like I was getting up at 7 a.m. fine.
That's good. Nice. How was the food?
Food was wonderful. The food and wine, great. I loved every second of it.
Wait a second. How are you eating food and wine when you're freaking about to fight? Aren't you cutting weight?
After,
Oh, after.
It's
Oh,
easy.
you were. How long were you there after?
well, I lost the first match, so I was there for like 4 days.
Oh no.
Aw. Way to make him feel terrible, Soul. Good job.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Well, and even if he was fighting Soul, he still needed to eat at some point, right? Like,
Yeah. I also got moved up to heavyweight, so the weight didn't matter. So I could eat. I could eat if I wanted to.
Wait a
Oh.
second. They was that like a sound to say? Wait. How did that happen? Explain that one to me. That doesn't seem right.
The team didn't have a heavyweight, and we had an extra person at my weight. And I'm significantly bigger than the person who also makes my weight.
so you got the short end of the straw or stick.
Yeah,
whatever.
it seems that would put you
It's-
at a disadvantage.
What were you training for?
It's the same.
Okay.
The reason they asked me to go up rather than him go up, even though, I mean, regardless of the size, is the heavyweight has a world game spot, and my weight did not. And the world games are how you get invited to the Olympics.
Okay. So what? So how, all right. Give us the play-by-play.
I don't know. It was a pretty close fight, but on their rules, I could see it being closer than what it was because I was beating them up pretty badly. But they have like a different scoring than regular. It's not a 10 round or a 10-point must system, and it's not round by round. It's continuous. So like, I don't know. I can
Huh?
beat the shit out of him in round 1 and 2,
It's
and
a
he could just come back in the third.
wait. It's a continuous score. How? So wait. I'm so confused. I can understand
Yeah.
they're not going by the 10-round system, but like, what the?
Yeah.
What does that
I
mean?
got a
Continuous.
lot of. So, like, very simply, if you get a point for a kick, right? I score 10-5, right? I score 10, you score 5 in the first round. I score 10, you score 5 in the second round. I'm up by 10 now. You score 15, and I score 12, or I score 2, you won.
I don't like that.
Seems so complicated. How are they judging that? That's my opinion. Like, what are they? What's the
Well,
criteria?
that's where it gets sketchy. There's like 3 judges on the sides, and they press a button when they think you got hit.
What?
And it goes to point.
Okay.
There's a lot of sketchy points is going on. A lot of ref favoritism, a lot of anti-American points.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you he kicks your guard. I'm guessing they're
So-
buzzing for that.
That's supposed to be no point if I block it.
But it was given. They were getting points off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt that was probably.
Aw, that sucks. It's like you were set up for failure. It doesn't matter what you did.
Yeah. All the favorites in my weight lost the first round.
What?
Well, that is the fight game for you.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up. Jesus Christ. I would be
believe it
really
or
pissed.
believe it or not, here in the United States, it's a lot more 50-50 than you think.
Yeah.
We're governed by commissions.
And then, well, one of the guys was blatantly scoring for the other person when the first person would strike. So if that ref didn't like me and I kicked you to get a point, he would give the other person you a point.
So
He did
basically,
that
basically you'd have to just knock your guy out.
yeah, that guy did that for one of the girls' fights, and he ended up getting suspended for like 2 or 4 years or something. But
Wow.
you don't get your fight back. Your fight doesn't go no contest or anything.
Yeah, it just stays as a loss.
Yeah.
Well,
At least you got to go to Italy and Ireland.
But who
Um,
paid for that? Did you have to pay, or was it comp?
Well, technically, I was supposed to pay, but I had a sponsor help me out,
That's good.
and then all the help I got from the stream as well all went to that. And I had a sponsor kind of take care of the middle, the missing.
Nice. Yeah.
that's crazy that that happened. I mean, I'm not surprised, but
I also got to show you guys this. I went to a bunch of places. I'll send you guys all the pictures in the group, but this one, I went to this church in Ireland, and it had a head on display, like Zordon.
Zordon, Power Rangers.
Yeah,
Oh man, I want to see this picture.
coming in.
Like a real head.
Oh yeah,
Um.
Saint Oliver.
Holy shit!
Plunkett.
Yeah, that does look like Zordon. What the what the hell? Is that fake or is that a real head?
No,
It's
that's
a real head.
real.
It's Saint Oliver Plunkett.
They just have it chilling in there, mummified. Just
Uh-huh.
They look like they're in pain.
take your kids to that
Well-
for a fucking education.
I think
True.
he was in pain because he died by being dragged through the streets by his noose and then hung.
Oh wow.
So he was pretty injured.
Oh
Mm,
God!
They
so
put
they're
his
having
head
a
in this
pain-
golden structure. Like, look what the fuck we did to this guy.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah,
Saint
no wonder he
Oliver.
looks like that. Jesus,
Saint Oliver Plunkett.
Plunkett. How unfortunate. Ugh, I can't imagine.
The
like,
face of agony, bro.
yeah, no, for real. That's like a real moment frozen in time of him just in
That's-
so much pain.
That's a piece of history.
Yeah, him
Oh.
getting his shit rocked.
Yikes.
They also don't put Budweiser on their Budweiser. They just put Bud.
But
That's weird. but
maybe
alright.
because they are wiser.
Boo.
What? That was a good joke.
that was awful.
That was a great joke. Great joke.
For your standards, sure.
Well, it's been
Uh,
crazy since you haven't been here. Like, so here's from our perspective, because you'll find it funny. We messaged you that I think it was like 3 podcasts ago, and you were like, "I'm gonna take a nap and then get ready for the podcast." And then we just never heard from you again until like
weeks.
for a week, until like what, Friday, when we messaged everybody in the chat, and you're like, "Hey, I'm back," and we're just like, "What the fuck?" Like
like we literally
what?
thought maybe something happened, like you were murdered, or we were just.
I was like, I'm like, I
hope
haven't
he's
seen him on
okay."
stream. I don't think I've seen him come on the Discord. I'm like, I don't know what happened to Hammered, man. I don't know if he fucking like died during like training. I don't know. It's just
Died in his sleep.
We were worried about you. I know I was.
we put out a missing persons on the podcast. We're like, if you ever see Hammer, let him know. Hit
I
us
called the
up.
Denver police, so worried.
Oh man, it was funny
Yeah.
when you just showed up. You're like, hey, yeah, it's just shit service. And we're just like,
And we're
what?
just like, thank fucking God.
Yeah, I also when I was there, I also turned off all my notifications.
Okay, that definitely does it.
I didn't want I was getting a lot of notifications on like different group chats and shit, and I was like, I'm not getting I need to be on Wi-Fi, and these things are popping up on my regular cell service, and I'm gonna get charged. And I was like, I can't be doing this shit, so I turned them all off.
Yeah, that's dangerous if you don't have international.
Yeah, that shit will pile up.
Doesn't
I
your
was-
carrier have like a roam like home option? Like mine does. So for like $3 or $4 a day, I can use my data that I would have at home abroad.
Yeah, I could use the data, but it was like I don't know. There was something to it. I only had so much memory, and then it would start charging. Not memory, so much I could use, and then it would start charging me something. And I just
Wow.
didn't want to play with the game. I just didn't want to get screwed.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, no, I hear you.
And plus, it's not like it was super important notifications or anything. It was just like, I can take care of this when I get back.
I was gonna send, so I was just planning on sending you guys pictures, but it told me that my pictures are too powerful and I can't send them.
Oh no, I hate when that happens. I'll have like a short video or something that I want to send. It's just like,
I don't
nope,
know.
too big.
I don't know. I just sent 2 pictures, so I don't understand. But
Oh.
It's Discord. It's because they want to make you get the Nitro so you can get
Yeah.
unlimited.
Just so stupid. I mean, but I guess that's the way they make their money. It's not like they do ads
Yeah.
or anything.
Yep.
Someone want to give Hammer a free boost. Who normally boosts the server?
I think there's only like a few of us that actually boost the server.
Yeah. Oh, whatever. Maybe you could post them in memes, pics, and vids.
I can send 2 at a time.
Oh.
There you go.
How many do you have? 60?
I don't know.
Ooh,
67.
these pictures look nice. For the people that are that can't see, he's sending us pictures of like the scenery, what he was saying. And this is where
Ooh.
again?
This is on Venice Island because I
Venice Island.
fought just off of it in Jesolo, but that's like actual Venice.
This is dope, yeah. I love the architecture of like over there. Like it's just like so
It's old world. It's like what the world
it's-
used to be.
It's
And it's so
really
detailed.
yeah, it's really detailed. It's really beautiful to see like how much like detail and work they put into this.
And it's so nicely preserved. Like,
I was gonna
Back
say
when
it's still
people cared.
standing.
yeah.
Yeah. I was looking at someplace and like I forgot where it is. It's like this really like it's this old church that's right in between I think Peru and Chile or something. And it's right at the border and it's like a tourist attraction. And it, like if you were to see it like the way it was built, it's like crazy detailed, like super old world, like for sure. Like cathedral style. Like it's just like this gigantic church off of a cliff.
I was gonna say I read or I was watching something they were talking about this church. I don't remember where it was, but they were like a built into the ground.
Into the ground.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I'll have to look it up. They said a lot
Like-
of people go pilgrimage to it.
Where was this?
I don't remember. I think it was in like an African country.
Oh.
Dude, the food looks good there. Did you see Salt Bay? Was he over there?
I didn't go there, but it
I
is
think he-
Ethiopia.
Oh, gotcha. Salt Bay lives in LA now. He opened a restaurant in LA.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Lolly Bella.
I
You wanna
showed
look up
Salt
that
Babe to
church.
Lila the other day, or no, it was yesterday, and she's like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "Who's that? You don't know who Salt Bay is? Like, come on, man! Like, I've I know you've seen the memes. She's like, no, I don't know. I'm like, I just had to like pull up the hand, like the motion, and I'm like, you don't know what this is? Like, no, I don't know what that is. I'm like, I
What?
don't know
She still didn't know?
Yeah, I was like, did you just forget about Salt Bae? Like, I just
But Lila's never been like a huge internet person, you know.
yeah, she's not. She's really not. She's
Said,
unless
"Did you
it's
forget about Salt Bae?"
Disney, it doesn't matter. I was like, I was so I was literally baffled. I was like, you don't wait, what? You're lying to me. Like,
I mean, to be fair, he didn't really go viral for anything super special. He just salted. That's it. He was just salting shit.
no, he's like, he went viral and then became like the biggest person on the face of the earth.
He did.
I don't think that's
Everybody
true.
knows who Salt Bae is. Dude, celebrities go out there just to see him cut meat and it's like pour
Yeah.
salt on it. Like he's made a career out of it.
You see, he got his restaurant shut down during COVID.
Yeah.
Aw.
For
I
the
heard-
people, like,
I heard celebrities are
Torture
trying to get him to like come to their house. Like I heard Leonardo was like, no, just come over, just cook some steak. Well, you get COVID tested.
it'll be fine.
Yeah, just sprinkle some salt, baby. That's all I need. I have a theory about Leonardo DiCaprio. I truly
Oh.
think that he's gay, and the reason that he has like such young girlfriends, it gets rid of them when they're 25, is just because he doesn't care.
Ooh.
Because they're just like his what's it called? Like his cover.
You think
Wow.
so?
Yeah.
What's your reasoning for thinking that?
Well, first of all, just like the revolving door of girls, like date a girl from like age 22 to 25, and when she hits 25, he just dumps them. He's never looked like super interested in any of the girls or like in love or anything. They're just like hot girls. He's like, hey, you want to sign a contract for 3 years and you can be my fake girlfriend?
Sign a contract.
Yeah, well, they'd have to sign an NDA and stuff because if he's gay, like he's probably having secret gay sex, you know? So that's, I don't know. That's my theory. Well, we'll see, when he dies. Then it'll all come out like, oh yeah, you guys didn't know this?
Wait, so you think when he dies it will come out? I don't think it will come out when he dies. But that's true.
It usually does with any famous person. If they're secretly gay, it usually comes out after.
Like
Dude,
I'm
the
a hot
thing that I
dog.
don't understand
I got a
is
hot dog.
why does it matter? But why does it
Is
matter
what?
if he's gay?
It doesn't. It's just a theory I have.
I just wish that like people could just be who they are, but
Yeah,
You're
well, the
ask-
thing is,
you're
like,
asking
for
too
him,
much.
he's one of like the Hollywood's biggest leading men.
Yeah, true.
So, like, if he came out as gay, it would probably maybe not destroy his career, but he wouldn't be able to get those roles anymore.
I don't know about that.
I think so. And maybe like he's built it up way worse in his head. Maybe that's why.
I don't think
Because he's like an
It'll
amazing
help.
actor, yeah.
I don't think it'll help his career.
Agree. Which is stupid, obviously.
Yeah.
I think we could all agree to that. But, the way that the world works and the way that Hollywood works, especially, is pretty fucked up. So, can't say I'm
most of that we
surprised.
can agree on.
Yeah. And there's a lot of homophobes out there. So, it definitely negatively affect his life. Like, oh, you're not really fucking those hot girls you've been dating all these years? What the hell?
Poser.
Right? Yeah, they'd be pissed. So, I don't know.
You know who I think would really hurt their career? George Clooney.
Who? Probably, but he's like married now and he's got kids and he seems like he's into her from what I could tell. Like
It could
you
also
never
be
met
a
him.
front.
Could. There's also this streamer. He's married and I'm like 100% sure he's gay. His name is LO Soul.
Hey,
Ah,
you don't know if I am or not. You're outing me right now. Did my internet just crap out? Is everybody there? Oh no. I think it was Discord that just did that. Yeah. Are you guys there?
What's going on? Yeah, what's
I
going
think
on?
Discord
I'm-
just like crapped out.
Or
Oh.
did you
Yeah,
disconnect?
I was like wondering. I was like, our stream is still up. Like nothing's wrong.
So it
it was
wasn't just
just-
me; it was everyone else too.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah,
Discord.
we're all just
Okay.
talking to ourselves. I was like,
All right.
hello. I just asked a question.
Maybe Discord.
That's right.
Maybe Discord knew.
Yeah, maybe they're like,
Yeah,
oh, they're
don't-
talking about Leonardo DiCaprio. Don't let anyone know. But I asked, how was everyone's week?
Have you heard about the Alec Baldwin stuff, Hammered? That's gone down.
Oh, that he shot somebody?
Yeah.
I saw a meme about it. I saw the news, but then I saw a meme later, and I don't know how much truth is to this.
What was the meme?
It was like Alec Baldwin shoots guy. Everybody. Oh man, Alec Baldwin. The gun was given to him by this guy. Oh, this guy, and they're like, this guy prepped the gun for it. Oh, this guy. Find out these guys were not paid or are scabs because the producers didn't pay the people to get the best quality. I don't know. I'm gonna say gun people. They could, but it's not gun people.
Yeah, they didn't have
Oh,
like
these
the safety
guys-
people.
Find out Alec Baldwin paid for those people because he didn't want to pay for the better people.
Yeah.
Oh, Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, that's true. Well, and the timeline is basically the workers went on strike. I think they walked off. I don't know exactly when they walked off, but they did. So they hired like scabs, which are people who cross a picket line,
Why
to
they
do all
call
the
him-
work.
Oh, I was gonna ask a dumb question, but I figured it out.
Yeah.
Like mid question.
I
What
don't
are they?
know.
Oh.
I don't know if this is the old crew or the new crew, but they were taking the guns out and like actually shooting shit with them. So then the
for
scab
fun?
the scab who was checking the guns like checked it, but didn't even, I guess he didn't know that people were using them like off site. So he was like, yeah, these are fine. This is totally fine. And there was still like
Ish.
a bullet or two left in there.
Yeah, I shot it last night. Great.
Yeah, it works great. Shot some cans.
I did
Yeah,
read
so-
somewhere. I don't know if it's true or not because like I haven't like gone deep into like fact finding. I just like read the initial like story and like a couple things. But one thing I did read was that the girl that was like doing the checks, right? She wasn't like a safety check person. I think she had put out in another podcast like recently during like that week that, oh man, it's like I'm doing like, you know, this checking for the guns, and man, it's so scary because you don't know if there's like live rounds in there. So like she was already like nervous about like checking the guns because she didn't know if there's live rounds or not. So like that's just like they didn't really have like from what I've been reading, or at least from what I've heard other people talk about, I don't think they had like real good safety
Experienced
measures
people.
and experienced people that knew what they were doing. They kind of just like, because of the budget, they just kind of hired who they could, and like it wasn't really like the top tier of like people who would know what the fuck's going on when it comes to like
Yeah,
those
no,
type of
definitely
things.
definitely was not like the good professionals that they had on set prior.
Yeah, was it one or two people? Because I heard it was two people. Like,
It was two. So he was rehearsing his scene because he's in the movie as well as a producer. So he was practicing his scene. I think he was trying to do like some kind of quick fire or something or other.
yeah,
And,
they had the camera on
like,
him,
shot
and the
gun.
director was
Yeah.
behind the camera, and he was shooting at the camera.
Yeah. So he wounded one person and killed the woman. So yeah, I mean that's just fucking nuts.
The
My
big
first thought, 'cause
conspiracy
I-
though is that somebody did it on purpose, like had it all done
That's what I was
because
just gonna.
you heard about it? I just heard about it like on
Well, no.
TikTok.
It's not even that I heard about it. That was my first thought when I heard what happened.
Oh,
because
that
I've
you thought it
seen
was a
so many TV
conspiracy?
shows. Yeah, well, I've seen so many TV shows that like do that, where it's like on the TV show they're
I'm gonna put
filming
a
like a
real
fake
one in.
TV show. Yeah, and it's like sabotage, and this is like, I don't know. That was my first thought, and also this is not the first time that this has happened in real life.
Yeah,
This happened on the set of, I think it was The Crow, I believe.
yeah,
Yeah.
with
Bruce
Bruce
Lee,
Lee's son.
Lee's kid, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they thought it was blanks in there, and they shot at him and killed him.
No,
Yeah.
it was there was a shell lodged in the chamber, and when the blank went off, it pushed that shell out.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah. because
So
somebody didn't check the chamber.
my question is, do you think they should keep using real guns and blanks, or should they go to complete straight CGI now? Because the reason that they use real guns is because they feel real. The initial reaction when you shoot it is genuine because it's loud, and the kickback and everything like that. So that's the reasoning why they keep using them.
So unfortunately, I'm gonna be this guy that says they will never go to full CGI for guns. Number one, it's gonna cost too much money. Think of a movie like John Wick. How are you gonna film that with all CGI gunfights? Never gonna happen.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of money.
Never gonna happen.
I think it just comes out to budget wise. Like, are most studios willing to fucking do that? And that even goes to like smaller like studios or even like independent films. Like, are they gonna really want to just CGI all that shit? Like, I don't think they even have the budget to do so. Some studios for sure could. I'm pretty sure the people who made John Wick could do that. It costs a lot more, but I don't think it'd be out of the realm of them being able to. But I think it just falls down to like, I think the problem was that they didn't have the right people safety wise for like within the budget. So it's like, that's a problem. I would at least want like if it was just a freak accident, like some shit happened, the bullet lodged, or like, you know what I mean? I don't even know why there would be like another bullet in there, but like it would be something where it's like it's so out of the realm for them to like anticipate. But it's like there was a lot of things that it seems like they could have like avoided by having the right people like on set, and they didn't, and that's the consequence of it. So I think with that being said, like I think they should probably moving forward make sure that all these studios have the right people, no matter the budget.
I think so.
I also think.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I don't think money would be that big of an issue because then they don't have to hire the people to do the weapon checks and all that stuff. And they could hire someone with that.
I think
that
for sure the
salary
money
and
would be
CGI.
the biggest thing because studios would want to cut like any type of like if they could if they had the choice between can we get some trained people here to make sure nothing happens over let's spend like God knows how much it is for like, and I'm using the example like that River did with John Wick to like put all those bullets in CGI. Like I can just imagine how much more that could be just to do that alone, and how much more time that would be to do that alone. They would probably just do the opposite. They'd be like, "No, we're just gonna hire somebody." Like fuck that.
Yeah, I agree. It would definitely take more time for sure. Yeah.
I also want to point out that if you know the direction a gun is going to be fired in, why isn't every single person in that general direction behind some kind of ballistic protection?
That's also something that films normally do, and they cut back on that as well.
You'd be surprised how dangerous it is on a film. Like have you ever seen some of the fucking shit from Michael Bay movies? Like if you go to the behind the scenes shit, there's one, I forgot what movie it was. It was just recent that they've showed. It was like a meme that they were putting. It was on TikTok, I think like a week ago. It was this new movie Ambulance or something, and Michael Bay's doing it, and they had this one scene. That movie too. Yeah, there's a scene where like the ambulance goes through like a horde of cars, bro, and there's explosion after explosion after explosion. And when they show you the behind the scenes of like them like remaking that like explosion wise and the camera people, yo, those camera people almost got hit by like multiple cars flying and like explosions happening. So like
shrapnel.
Yeah, so it's like when you got movies like that where you're trying to do some crazy shit, it's like you are definitely stepping in the realm of like there could be an accident.
Unfortunately, you just got to get people who are going to be safety checks and just get it right. Otherwise, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah,
that's my pun for the day.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was avoidable. I think they chose to save money versus protect lives.
They cut corners and they paid the price for that with what happened. For sure they did. If that's ever an example of do not cut corners when it comes to safety measures, that has to be the ultimate like example because someone died. Like it would have been
a field day.
Yeah, it'd have been different if like, you know what? I bet you they wouldn't even said nothing if it was like grazed their arm or like it just like missed them, you know. They'd have been like, oh, you know, avoid like tragedy avoided. But because someone died now, they're actually like, it should be like a scope should be on this. Like, hey, this is what happens when you don't fucking put the right budget towards the like safety. Like that should be number one above everything. If you're doing a movie like with guns or explosions, you got to make sure you got the right people, man. Because like you're gonna kill your film. Like I'm pretty sure that film is like dead now. Like I doubt they're gonna want to like maybe they'll probably do like continue making it, but I don't know like how that would be like moral. Like not morally, but like for like the people that are there because they saw someone die and everything. So that should be, that's like emotionally like scarring for a lot of this. For some people, they just witness like somebody just get shot right in front of them.
The film might be finished. Like they might finish filming it, but releasing it, they're gonna have to wait like a year or two, so it's out of the media.
What do you think's going to happen to Alec Baldwin's career?
To be honest,
Nothing.
like I don't, I no, I think it's gonna take a hit. I don't think it's all his fault though. I think he has some responsibility towards it because he was a producer, I think it was, or what was he, another director or a co-director, whatever he was, he had some type of say on, way, are we doing this right or anything? And you know, he's as guilty as everybody else who allowed all that to happen. But like, I don't think it's all his fault because he's just.
I think it is all of his fault, but it is an accident. But he's the one who hired these people. He's the one who like shot the gun and did.
Well, do we know that he hired these people?
Yeah, he's a producer. He's the one who brought on the scabs because he was refusing to pay the good staff the good money. So he's the one who brought in these other people.
Well, we got to look on that one because if it's him or the studio.
I believe it was him. He's a producer.
Is he the one making this movie?
Yeah.
Like, is this his movie?
Yeah, he was one of the. Yeah.
This is like basically his project.
But there's no studio behind it, so it's just he's just doing like an independent film.
No. There is a studio behind it.
What's
but
the
he's
name
the
of
one
the
who
movie?
made the decision.
Rust.
Rust.
Like the game?
Yeah.
That's what I thought, but no.
I thought so too. I was like, holy shit.
I was like, oh my god, they're making a movie about that?
How fucked up would it be if the person didn't die and this is just the biggest publicity stunt to get his movie famous?
I doubt it.
Someone's going to jail for it. I said, if that's the truth, someone's going to jail.
People are definitely getting sued.
Production companies, 20th Century Studios and TSG Entertainment. Producers Alec Baldwin and Anjul Nigam.
See, okay, so 20th Century is a studio, so they have the final say. Like now, but what I'm saying is like you're right. I don't think it's all his fault, and I don't think he has like the majority to blame because like he's at fault in not speaking up about it or at least doing something. But I think at the end of the day, that's
he's not the only one. Who's at fault.
I think the biggest problem was
he said something.
What did he say?
I don't know. I'm listening right now.
Oh, he's like, oh, he talked. I thought he tweeted something.
No, he got on something. NBC News. I don't want this ad.
I do feel for him a little bit because they were friends, like him and this woman. They were like actually real life friends. And like he has to face the husband and face her child and own up to what he's done, which I feel like he has. He's admitted his fault in this. But it could have been avoided. I think that's the number one takeaway.
He said he's been ordered not to say anything about it.
Yikes.
By the police.
Yeah,
because it's an ongoing investigation.
Is he on the set still? Like, or is this like?
It looks like it. He's standing in the middle of the forest. I don't know.
I wonder if he's still on the set. Like, are they still doing the movie?
I would hope they would shut down for a bit until all this blows over, or at least get solved by the police and case closed.
I mean, he's somewhat to blame, but I'm not gonna dogpile on him, and I don't think he should like face consequences because it's not like he meant to kill the person, and now he has to deal with the fact that he actually did kill somebody and a friend at that.
So what if this was all set up by the people that were on the picket line to show how important it is to pay them the right amount of money?
Bro, if that comes out that that's true, people are getting sued, people are going to jail. and like that changes, I think, that aspect of the industry for a long time,
That's
because
actually a really interesting
I don't
point.
think anybody is gonna want to deal with those type of people anymore.
Yeah. Well, I'm just like conspiracy theory wise, I'm like that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, no, that
The
is. That's
the
something I've
biggest
been thinking
conspiracy I
about.
saw is that somebody
Oh.
said they try to have her killed because she was about to come out with a film about child rape in the film industry.
They just said that it got weird because some of the crew members, after after Alec Baldwin got handed the gun, some crew members walked off the set.
Hmm. I think we need to take everything with a grain of salt because I think they're magnifying a lot of like things.
But I don't know if the crew would be behind it because she was crew too. Like she was a talent, she was crew. So why would they kill their own member?
I mean,
Yeah.
we're gonna find out through a police investigation, like what the fuck happened. Like,
Also, if she was being killed for like coming out with a movie about like child abuse and stuff like that, there's easier ways to get it done with less publicity. Look at Princess Diana. She had a car accident.
whatever
Yeah.
happened to the doctor? He was was he from Africa? Who came out with like what was it, the way to cure like HIV or something? I forgot what it was. And then they killed him, and then Nipsey Hussle was gonna come out with a documentary about him, and then Nipsey Hussle got killed.
I don't know
Yeah.
that. I've never heard
There's
about
been
that.
a lot of ones like that
Yeah.
where like people are about to come out with some shit.
Yeah, there was a doctor who was like, I think for like years, like he had like his own like way of medicinal like meds, and like the way he handled how you take care of your body, and like I think he had like this way of, or he says what the proper way would be to like handle HIV. I forgot. I think I might be totally off. It was something like medical wise with a disease that like everybody like has dealt with, and there's no cure for. And I don't know what happened. He ended up dying or something, or he got killed. And then Nipsey Hussle was going to come out of the documentary, and then all of a sudden Nipsey Hussle gets killed. Then Nick Cannon, people to stretch it even further, Nick Cannon said, "I'm going to then take over and make sure this movie comes out." And kind of Nick Cannon's like what of his career was kind of like super started tanking. Like people didn't want to like hire him and everything for shit.
Maybe that's why he had so many kids because he knows he's gonna die.
Maybe.
Wanted to make as many as he could. I mean, the thing is, like with these conspiracy theories, it's frustrating for me because I know that we'll most likely never know. But I'm never super surprised by them because people are capable of some crazy ass shit. And I feel like we never get told the complete truth of really anything. We don't get like 100% of everything that has ever happened. So I don't know. I would never shut down a conspiracy theory unless it's super ridiculous because you never know. That's why I still think, and I know this is controversial, but I still think it's possible that 9/11 was an inside job. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm
I
saying
think the
that
birds
that is
aren't
possible.
real.
The what?
Birds aren't real.
You actually believe that?
No.
It's like, huh? All right, interesting.
That the birds aren't real.
Have you not heard that one?
I've heard that with squirrels.
They've been saying for a while birds aren't real, and the big one specifically is pigeons aren't real. The conspiracy theorists, a couple of them were like birds didn't come around until like the 20th century. You never see pigeons anywhere in history. Pigeons are just not a thing. They're mobile drones by the government to watch us.
What do you mean they pigeons
They're
aren't in history?
mobile drones.
And then they took it a step further when COVID happened and said the lockdowns were so they could change the batteries on the pigeons.
I heard that. Yeah.
Wow. I mean that's pretty good though. That's funny.
So what's more
But-
believable, that somebody created drones enough where they're all over the world, and that their batteries lasted as long as from like the 16th century up until the 21st, and now we needed COVID to switch out the batteries for another couple
Yeah,
thousand
come on.
years?
You know those bitches would have charging areas they'd fly to every night.
Well, another conspiracy group said that that's not true because they land on the power lines to recharge.
See, that makes sense. That's a good one. I like
That's
that
a good one.
That's good.
Oh,
You know, now
God.
if somebody would have told me that one, I'd be like, you know what? How do
It
the
makes
pigeons
sense.
always get on the power lines and they don't get electrocuted?
Yeah.
They're charging.
I don't know. Maybe the government does have a couple of pigeon drones out there. You know.
What are some wild conspiracy theories you guys have heard?
The Avril Lavigne one gets me, and the Hillary Clinton one, where they
Oh.
were both like killed and then replaced.
Yeah, I heard that one.
I mean, I'm a sports one, so like sports wise, that like the NBA has this like way of like always predicting or always doing like these conspiracies to like make sure teams are winning.
Oh, you mean like professional sports being rigged? What? You're gonna let me talk about that?
Oh, River, you have something to say?
Oh yeah. I personally believe there's far too much money that exchanges hands, that there's not at least some degree of manipulation in professional sports on who wins, who loses, how they do it. There's too much money involved. Way too
You
much
guys
money.
remember the what was it, the Black Sox?
Yeah.
It was like the biggest setup in professional sports history.
So the Black Sox, if nobody knows, they were a team that, and Pete Rose is actually one of the most famous people out of that team. Wait, was it Pete Rose? No, Pete Rose is something else. But the Black Sox were a team that made it to the World Series, but then conspired to basically throw the games for money, and then they got found out. I think they went to like Supreme Court or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was true. Wow.
No, that was one
Yeah,
of the persons.
That's
No,
why that's why they named them the Black Sox. It was the Chicago White Sox.
yeah, they were the White Sox.
They had like an undefeated season. Were beating the shit out of everybody. Maybe it wasn't undefeated, but I feel like they were winning a
They were
lot.
beating everybody. All of a sudden, they get to the World Series and they just
And shit
sucked.
the bed.
Yeah, and people are just like, no way that these guys just lose this way. Like they just got their asses handed to them. It'd have been different if it was like close games, but like you could tell, like, or at least from the people that were there at that time, they're like, "There's no way this is like they're
They
just
were
losing."
They were losing.
I know. I think we've talked about this one before, and I don't know if you were there, Hammered, but the Titanic one, that was pretty wild.
Yeah, I heard a couple ones on that one. That there's another one called the Olympic. That was the one that actually set sail. Did you hear that?
Yeah. Yeah,
But
and I do find it strange that a lot of like the
I never
super
heard
rich
of that one,
people
though.
never got on the Titanic. You didn't hear the other ship one?
not until you
I think
told
we
me.
talked about it.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I didn't know about it ever before.
Yeah, fucking wild.
As conspiracy theories go, that actually makes sense, and that could have happened. You never know.
If you were granted like an answer to any question about a conspiracy theory and you would find out the truth, which one would you want to know the most?
I want to know about 9/11.
I'd want to know Stonehenge. I don't know how the fuck Stonehenge happened.
I'd want to
Aliens.
know.
That's not really a conspiracy theory, though, is it?
Well, yeah, we don't know who made
mean,
them.
There is, because people say like aliens made it or like all these different things. So
I mean,
just
I'm
wanna-
with you. I'd want to know. I don't know if I would consider it a conspiracy theory.
yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. Then I guess I would want to know.
Do only I know, or does everybody know?
You only know. You can tell people, but I mean, you're just gonna sound like a conspiracy theorist. So
Maybe
Bigfoot.
that's all conspiracy theories. They know. And we're
yeah, right.
just
You're like, I got a wish. Okay, just believe me.
The genie came out.
You like to know which one?
Bigfoot.
Oh, that's a good one.
This is a good one,
I'd
yeah.
find him.
I think I'm with River. I'd want to know the 9/11 one. Just like to know for sure. But I know this also isn't a conspiracy theory, but I would also like to know what happened to the dinosaurs. That's bothered me since I was a kid. I just want to know.
I'd want to know
You
about
could probably-
flat Earth.
Ooh.
Oh,
Is the
come
Get out
on,
of here,
Soul.
Soul.
Is
Leave.
the
Just
Earth
get out.
actually flat?
Get out.
No, Soul, get out. I'm gonna
Are
kick
we
you
being
out.
lied to?
Get
You're a
out.
flat earther. I know. I'm trying to think.
Is COVID real?
Oh my God,
Ooh.
Soul.
That's a good one.
I can
That's
tell
a-
you it is.
I don't think maybe he is trolling hard, but I don't think he's asking if the disease is real because
I am.
oh,
Trying to defend him.
I gave him too much credit.
Yep, no.
No, my biggest one, I would really want to know because it's always bugged me since I heard about this conspiracy. If the NBA really made Michael Jordan sit as punishment for a year because of his gambling issues. So all of a sudden he retired after winning 3, then like plays baseball and then comes back and then wins another 3 like nothing happened.
That's actually a pretty good question.
Because for like years in Michael Jordan's career, it was like he has such a gambling issue, he probably owes people money. And I think the biggest conspiracy is like the NBA had to like pay out some debts some people he owed, and as punishment, the commissioner was like, "You cannot play for the next year or the next 2 years or whatever." So like that's
See-
why the Bulls didn't win like fucking 8 straight championships.
Well, would that be a punishment for him or the Bulls? Because they would make money off of the deals that he had.
It would be more Michael Jordan because Michael Jordan would have cemented himself more so as the greatest player of all time. Well, at that time, it would have been like that's stunting his like status. I mean, we know that now it didn't matter because he ended up winning another 3 anyway. But like, we didn't know no one would have known at that time like if he would have won another 3 or not.
I think instead of 9/11, I think I'd want to go with aliens. And not if aliens are real, because I do believe aliens are real. But I'd want to know if they've been here. Because I think it's plausible, because they have come out and said that there have been UFOs. But there's also a possibility that it just could be another country that's like creating all these crazy ass things and just not telling anyone. So I want to know if the aliens were here and what the fuck they did. And when.
You know what? I'd like to know. I changed mine from Bigfoot. I want to know all the information that the Vatican has.
Ooh.
That's a
That's
good
a
one.
good one. That's a good one. Yeah, if only. I hope that when we die, there's like somehow or some way that like we find out all the secrets of the universe, you know?
You just get like
The Watcher just comes and like, let me tell you what happened.
Yeah. You get a pamphlet when you
I was gonna
when you
say
die,
you get
I have
like
an honest question for you.
email.
right?
Honest question, Frenchie.
Yeah.
Do you think the world is ready to know if aliens are real? Do you think they're capable of dealing with that?
I don't know.
I feel like I would have said no before, but the fact that NASA has literally come out and been like, yes, we've had UFOs, like most people think that aliens are real, and no one reacted. No one batted an eye. They're just like, oh, all right.
The
Like,
most
I-
that came out of it was people saying they wanted a fucking alien.
Yeah, so I feel like we're kind of underestimating everyone in the world because apparently no one gives a shit.
Hold on. I think that's because we like them telling us is one thing. Us seeing it is another.
I think
Yeah,
she's
but
getting
we're
at
not
that
even-
they admitted to it now.
Yeah, but we're not even saying like they're coming. We're saying, do you think America would be prepared, or everyone would be prepared to know if aliens are real? I feel like they've already come out and been like, it's definitely possible, which they
I don't-
had never said before.
I don't understand how we can believe there's no aliens.
Right. It's
Like,
like,
how
how are we
can-
the only living thing in the entire, not even the universe, but other universes? Because we're not the only one.
Yeah. It just doesn't make sense.
because
logically.
God made it so.
It's all about that creation, guys. All
What
about that
happens?
creation.
What happens with religions when aliens turn out to be real? You know what I'm saying? Like when one shows up, what happens?
You know what happens? The world loses its grip over people with the use of religion as a control mechanism.
So
I think
get
that's
ready.
possible,
Get
but-
ready for a lot more massacres.
Mhm.
I also think it might just make people hold on to their religion even more.
You think they double down?
Yeah, they'd be like, sure, God created aliens.
Or they say
It's a
that
test.
those are the devils and not the aliens.
Or maybe it's like, oh, they're
Ooh.
just angels, you know? I don't know. People come up
What?
with crazy
Oh,
excuses in the name
that's
of God.
actually an interesting concept there. Uh, you know, let's say, what if they are actually angels or demons claiming to be aliens, and Christianity or whatever other religion just fucking got it right?
Well,
Like,
get ready to be in an anime because that's an actual show.
What show is it?
Evangelion.
Oh, really?
What?
Huh.
Evangelion is based off aliens coming to Earth and us saying that they're angels because they provided us with the fruit of life.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
And we battle them and try to take over their humanity. Because that's how anime is.
Of course. Yeah, I don't
Have you
know.
ever read the? Do you read manga at all? Manga, whatever you want to call it.
Oh yeah.
Hentai?
No, River.
I know
You
he
don't
does that.
read that.
He reads it for
have
the
you ever
story.
have you ever read Priest? You ever read the one Priest?
Priest.
If you haven't,
I have to
you
look
should.
it up.
But don't watch the movie. The movie is trash. It has nothing to do with the manga. It just has some of the characters' names.
Are you talking about the one where they're like alien or not alien, vampire hunters?
Vampires. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that movie.
That is not the way the manga goes at all.
Hey guys, you know what time it is? Time for a shot.
Oh shit.
I don't have any liquor.
River. What? How are you gonna be on Smart Not Sober and not have any liquor?
I haven't had time to go out and get some. Been working the new schedule.
Lila just went out to get shit. You didn't tell her to get alcohol too?
No, because the alcohol store near us is closing. We'd have to go into Walmart, and she doesn't want to do that.
Oh my god. Fine. I guess it'll just be me. Hammered, are you joining? River, are you joining?
I
Yeah.
will have it for next week, but I haven't gone to
A story yet? That's understandable.
Oh, so it's understandable for him, but not for me.
well,
Yeah,
because
he
I'm
just
I'm
got
not
there.
at home, ding dong.
Yeah. He's in a hotel right now.
They have a bar.
No, they don't.
Not if he's staying at like a Marriott.
Oh, so are you
You
at,
stay-
man?
Quality in.
Gotta go to the Five Seasons, man, where they have like open bars.
4 seasons, Soul? 4 seasons? There's not 5 seasons.
See, you don't know.
This-
You don't know.
The fifth season is him drunk.
Mm-hmm. The fifth season is happiness.
I got a bottle of Pink Whitney. We're good.
Of course you do.
I got bottles everywhere, so it wasn't if I was doing it, it was what I was doing.
Okay, I have another conspiracy theory that I want to talk about after we take the shot. Trying to pull up the tweets. All right, Hammer, are you ready? Let me know when you're ready.
Ready. No free advertisements. It's blurring out the logo on the glass.
Right? Okay. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Cheers.
All right, what's your other conspiracy?
Did
I
I do
heard
the
that.
shot first?
I heard it. I heard the shot.
Hold on. I gotta take my pretzel.
Pretzel.
She has to have a shot with a pretzel and possibly dino nuggets.
Possibly what?
Dino nuggets.
No,
Oh.
I don't eat dino nuggets. Jesus Christ. Okay. So, I was gonna bring this up last week, but last week got canceled. So, there's a hotel in DC. Well, it's a chain. It's called the Cambria Hotel, and apparently, a lot of people think it's being used as human trafficking. And let me pull up the tweets and I'll read them. But it's fucking scary.
The tweets are scary.
Yeah, the whole situation. Okay, so the first one that started this was someone said Sunday night at around 11:30 p.m. I checked into the Cambria Hotel on Q Street in DC. I was in the shower at around 1 a.m. when a man with dreads wearing a blue shirt, jeans, and a mask tried to violently break into my room. He somehow had a key to open my door. And there's like a door stop at the door. So then she said, this door stop really saved my life last night. A man tried to break into my hotel room and kept trying to slam the door off the wall by hitting it with the door repeatedly, screaming, open the fucking door, then ran down the hallway when I pushed the door closed. I was in the shower alone and naked. Hotel management said it was, quote unquote, housekeeping trying to come into my room at 1 a.m. and completely
What?
unannounced. In what fucking world is housekeeping coming into guest rooms at 1 a.m.? It was a random man with dreads, a mask, jeans, and a blue shirt on. If it wasn't for this doorstop, he would have been in the room with me. The manager looked shocked when I said, she told me it was housekeeping. How do they have a key to get in? Okay, so then there's like a whole thread of other people sharing their experiences here. So
Oh, really? This
here's
is a
yeah.
Reddit post.
No, it's Twitter.
Oh, okay.
How do you try to say that your housekeeping said open the fucking door, bitch?
Right, and it's repeatedly banging into it. Okay, so another one says, this hotel looked amazing, but my experience with your staff and a sketchy guest made me never want to return. After I got checked in, a quote-unquote guest held the elevator for me and my companion, but once we got in, it went from bad to scary. He made it seem like he was trying to help with the room key, which I did not ask for. He tried to switch up our room keys in the elevator. I grabbed my keys from him and immediately went to the front desk and asked for new keys. The man at the front desk blew me off, but the young lady was very helpful. Once I did get new keys and made it back to my room, someone then tried to gain entry to my room. I called the front desk and explained what happened. I told the man at the front desk that I did not feel safe and I was leaving. He told me I would still be charged for the room. I understand reservations and cancellation policies, but I did not feel safe. The front desk told me to leave and then hung up on me. I went down to the front and handed my keys. He was very rude and dismissive and not even attempt to help me. They were there for about 13 minutes.
What was that
So,
last
there's
part?
another
Because you
honestly, the worst experience I ever had at a hotel. Oh, I cut out.
yeah. When
so
she delivered the key back to the front office.
The front desk told me to leave and then hung up on me. I went down to the front, handed him my keys. He was very rude and dismissive and not even attempt to help me. I checked in at 8:13 and left by 8:30. That was my stay. I didn't even get to take my bags out of the car.
Damn.
Okay. So then another one says, honestly, the worst experience I've ever had at a hotel before. I promise that I'm not being negative, just to be negative, and recommend you read the reviews from the month prior to this being posted. My wife and I saw a girl getting dragged unconscious with no shoes or belongings with her into the elevator. We noticed the guy she was with had scratches on his face, and when confronted, he ran out of the elevator and fled the hotel. Police and EMTs were called, and the girl was eventually taken to the hospital. We spoke with the police and EMTs for close to 2 hours. Instead of taking this situation seriously and considering the well-being of the girl, the front desk worker, who keeps appearing in these stories, Maurice, started to argue with myself and others in the elevator. During all of this, Maurice shoved my wife and others onto the elevator. He then said we were being evicted from the hotel and took our belongings to the street. The other staff members were kind and understanding, but unfortunately, Maurice alone made our experience a nightmare.
So wait, this Maurice guy shows up in all of these?
Yeah, he's like the hotel front desk manager guy. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. There's another one that was similar to that.
How hasn't how hasn't there been an investigation on this hotel?
Yeah, like how is this?
Apparently, there is someone who does like human trafficking stuff for the government was like, this hotel is on our list or whatever. Okay, I can't find the one that I'm looking for because a lot of people have filled the thread since I looked at it a week ago.
It's on our list, but it's still running.
Right. Okay, hold on, because I think I liked it, so I should be able to pull it back up.
Welcome to America.
Right?
where we know what you're doing, but we just let it happen because you gave us a bribe. Oh
Oh,
wait,
you know what?
is that
I
North
posted
Korea?
it. I posted it on our Twitter. So I can just pull that up. Hold on. Because I was like, if anyone's traveling to DC, like, whatever. Okay, I just pull it up. There was that one. Someone said the same shit happened to me at Cambria Hotel in Miami around 2 a.m. too. Someone managed to walk in, but I was fortunate they heard my boyfriend's voice on speaker and walked out. I stayed at the Cambria Hotel in DC in November. I had a king suite with a longer room, given the style. Midday, I took a shower, and a man in a blue shirt was in my room when I came out. Housekeeping, they said, with no badge or cleaning supplies. How are they housekeeping with no supplies? They then corrected me and said it was a maintenance personnel, but I didn't put in a request. They didn't refund. I barely got a sorry. Just some shitty credit towards another night. Why would I come back?
He's got
Uh,
a sex trafficking uniform, blue shirt.
Right.
Like that. I like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I could have sworn there's another one, but apparently there's just like more instances of this at this hotel and the chain itself. And apparently everyone thinks that they're human trafficking, which is a thing. Like hotels have been accused, and they're already in a lawsuit right now from a case that happened last year with human trafficking. So they're literally in court right now being investigated for human trafficking while this is still going on.
How are they allowed to be open during this then?
I don't know. Because we live in a capitalist society. And you're innocent until proven guilty. So.
Unless you're black.
True. Also true.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's a big conspiracy theory that I stumbled on. And I'm pretty sure it must be true. Like if it's not true for that specific hotel, I'm sure there are hotels that are into human trafficking and are getting some kind of kickback for like marking people. And this, I don't think this is on the thread, but also someone else said that when they stayed there, they noticed that someone had marked, I don't remember what it was, but it was either like on the receipt or like in the computer, and they saw it that said like single girl by herself or something like that. It was just like single girl. It's like, why? Yeah. And another one I saw, someone else was with their boyfriend and got onto an elevator. And there's a guy like holding up a girl who was basically like unconscious, who was like, oh, she just had too much to drink. She's fine. And then was like dragged out of the hotel.
Messed up.
So, yeah, I know.
And this is there's a list of the hotels. So it's Roadway Inn.
Yeah, it's all
Econ
choice
Lodge,
hotels.
all choice hotels.
Yeah.
Is that a business choice?
Yeah, it's like Hilton or like Marriott.
Great, because I'm
Where they
in
own, like,
I'm in a
different-
choice hotel.
Ooh, River, you're
Are
gonna get
you?
sex trafficked.
It's a Quality Inn. My cup says choice privileges rewards right on it. My coffee cup.
Yeah.
That's racist.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's fucking scary. And as someone who, has traveled alone by myself, like that's my biggest nightmare. But I usually stay in like little, like quaint motels and hotels and stuff. I don't usually go for the big chains.
That's where serial killings happen.
Yeah, I'd rather be serial killed than sex trafficked. Honestly, I would.
Can I take none of the above for 500, Jeff?
No, you have to pick one. Sorry, serial killed or sex trafficked. It's America. You only get one.
Do you think I'm on a list to be sex trafficked? You think I like don't fit the
Nah.
bill?
I think we're too old. Is the thing. We're all too old. I have to be someone younger. And plus, you could fight back. Who the fuck would try to kidnap you?
Well, that was kind of my question. Like, am I just not on the list for it?
Yeah, I doubt it. They'd be like, "Oh, look at that guy, fuck us up." No way. He'd escape.
So apparently there's a lawyer named Leif Cabrazer. So he's an attorney. He's investigating reports on sex trafficking and sexual exploitation occurring on social media platforms across the country. including on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, WhatsApp, all those, has revealed such companies knowingly permit and financially benefit from sexual abuse that occurs daily on their websites, including being ignored requests. So this guy just goes like, I guess, like on a crusade to find like sex trafficking, and he's been looking into the Choice Hotel. It's on his website, like his attorney website, to call if you have any like information.
What do you guys think about the people who try to find pedophiles on their own?
I mean, I can say that I, as like a 10-year-old, was obsessed with the show To Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen. I thought it was fucking hilarious. I loved it.
I still think it's hilarious.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, as an adult, I understand the gravity of the situation way more. But Chris Hansen is just so fucking funny. But it also, watching that as a kid, really did prepare me for, like, you know, I would probably be like influenced or like what to look for. I don't know. I think it definitely benefited me to know that, you know, that exists and that I need to be careful.
Oh, how do you feel about what's it called? Not
Vindication?
Is that what it's called?
For what?
No, not vindication. What is Batman?
Vigilante.
Vigilante justice. That's the word
Okay.
I'm looking for.
I mean, I truly think that pedophiles are the lowest of the low. And if someone wants to punish them for touching little kids, I'm not gonna arrest them. You know.
There's
What
like
Frenchie said.
there's a TikTok or something. I think it's a TikTok. Maybe it's an older thing that got put on TikTok now, but it's this guy who has this girl message people and gets them to come over, and then literally just like Chris Hansen, but more funny. Well, I think it's funny. Maybe it's not funny to other people, but I thought it was funny.
Do they get arrested at the end, or are they just like bye?
Some of them don't.
No, it's just like they don't show you what happens at the end. It's just a guy who comes in who speaks Russian and is giant with a bat. And another guy comes in behind him who's also huge, but not as big as the bat guy. And he keeps and he's like, what are you here to do with my daughter? And the guy goes, oh no, nothing. And it's like they fucking question the fuck out of him. I don't know what happens after that. It could be all fake for all I know too. But
most of the time, these guys that do this, like, they don't, like, they'll present it to the like police, but I think it's like a gray area because the police I don't know if the police can't work with it because like it's not their investigation.
Yeah, they have to set up like an official sting operation in order for it to be valid, I'm sure.
Well, it's technically, what's it called? It's illegal to do when you set up like criminals and make them do shit.
It's called entrapment, and
That's the
yeah,
one.
it's not so much illegal. It's just nothing holds up in court.
Yeah.
That's all.
Unless they set up a sting, that would hold up.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, there's no need to go to court if the pedophiles just go missing. I mean, like, don't film it. Don't like beat them up. They just go missing.
The thing with the sting is they have to do it like a certain way. Like they can't initiate anything. Because as soon as they start initiating it, it becomes entrapment.
Right. Yeah, the pedophile would have to reach out and they would have to play off that.
Well, not even just the reach out, like everything. Like you couldn't be like, come over. That would be entrapment.
Right. And I'm sure they're very careful about that on Chris Hansen's show. We were talking about two specific cases. I don't know if it was the last podcast, the podcast before, but there was one where this man went to like the Sting house and brought his 5-year-old son with him.
Yeah.
Which is fucked up. And then another one that's funnier was the girl who was like the agent who's posing to be like a young girl convinced the guy to come into the house naked.
Yep.
So he literally strips off his clothes, gets out of the car.
It's like they were fucking with the person. Like they were like, just have him come in naked. And
but
he
all
did.
These people all these people did get charged because I have seen these clips recently in reaction videos, and they always look up what happens to the guys, and they all get charged.
Did you see the one where the guy was like, "Oh, I wasn't doing anything," and they're like, "Well, you came in with Funyuns and a condom. What do you want with Funyuns and a condom?"
Yeah.
What are Funyuns?
Oh my god!
Potato chips.
Oh.
Okay.
You,
I live in Canada. Sorry, Hammered.
oh, send me some all dressed chips.
Dude, Aldrich chips are the best. I'm so sorry you don't have any.
I think they just started selling them in Walmart's here.
Really? I didn't hear that.
They had it for a little bit. I know you could buy it on Amazon now. Have
That's-
you had all dressed chips?
What is it? It comes from Canada.
I never have. I've
It's
never
like
been
a
to
big,
Canada.
it's a big flavoring from Canada,
Hmm.
but it's like a bunch of flavors mixed together.
Hmm.
Let me Google it because it was like a wild assortment of flavors. But I thought they were wonderful even before I knew what they were.
Speaking of vigilantes, there's he's an MMA fighter, and I think he's in Brazil. And he dresses up like a superhero and goes around and fights crime.
I heard that. There's also one in Washington.
Really? There's one in the States?
Yeah, because Washington has mutual combat law.
Oh. Okay. That makes
What does
a lot
that
of
mean?
sense.
Yeah, what does that mean?
So the mutual combat law is like if I say I want to fight you and you say you want to fight me, we can fucking figure it out. Go fight.
Oh, wow.
The police will watch it too. Like if they show up,
Take bets.
if they show up and like it's been decided that they both said they want to fight, it's not just like somebody beating somebody up. They'll let you go until you're at the end, then they split you up and tell you go different ways.
Right. I mean, that's what I have to do as a teacher. When my kids get into a fight, I can't get in the middle. I just kind of have to let it play out.
Smartest way to go, even if you do get in the middle of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like get in the middle after they're all tired.
Yeah, right? At that point, like, it's over.
Soul, all dressed chips are a blend of salt and vinegar, ketchup, and barbecue all together.
Oh, that sounds good. What
I
do
feel
you
like
use
wouldn't that
what do you use your
Hold on,
ketchup for
hold on.
over there?
Wouldn't that just be barbecue chips? Because in order to make ketchup, you need salt and vinegar. In order to make barbecue, you need ketchup.
I don't know.
Are they separated flavors though?
I would imagine not, because they all go together. All of those ingredients make barbecue.
Well, they're taking the different flavors from the chips, whatever that mean. You know, they have those different chips. They're putting all those flavorings together. But I get what you're saying. They all kind of make the same thing, so it doesn't really matter. They don't taste like barbecue. I know that.
They're delicious.
River, how would you describe them? What's the flavor profile?
It's like onion. It's vinegary. It's salty. It's got a punch. Not spicy though. Like a tart.
Probably because of the vinegar, yeah. Yeah, I'm curious to try them. I feel like I might like them. Maybe I'll check out my local Walmart, you know?
I had it on my Amazon wish list for a while. Somebody bought me it.
Oh, nice. I try not to buy shit off Amazon unless I have to. It's usually only during Christmas time when I'm sending presents to other people. But fuck Jeff Bezos.
What do you think about the conspiracy theory that Mitch Zuckerberg's a robot?
I don't know.
Why does that not sound right? It's not Mitch Zuckerberg. What is it? Mark.
Sure.
I also
He's
heard
not
that
real.
he's a reptile person.
Oh.
I heard the reptile person thing before.
What do you? I think he's weird for sure. Which brings up the point. What do you think of Facebook and their name change and all
Did
that?
they
shit
actually
that's going on?
change it to Meta? Is that real?
Yeah, they did change it to Meta. I don't know when it actually actually goes into effect. But yeah, they're changing it to Meta. He confirmed it. He posted a video where it's like,
I
yeah,
just wasn't sure if that was a meme or not because it
No.
was so
nope,
cringy.
it's real. It's real. And
It's
he's basically trying to bring back like the young people.
no. He's doing it the same reason why Google did it. It's so that when the government comes around and says Facebook's too big, they got to split it up. It says, okay, fine. Meta is the parent company. We've got Facebook. We've got a marketing division. We've got Oculus. We've got all these separate divisions of it. It's to break up the parent company into many little ones. Like Alphabet's got Nest. It's got Google. It's got, right? Like it's a way to get around the inevitable regulations where they're going to force the breakup.
Communism.
Mm. I don't know. I honestly hope that like most people who use Facebook are older people who don't like change. So I'm hoping once it changes, they'll be like, fuck this and leave.
And it'll die.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, but I doubt it. It's
Didn't
just too
Justin
big.
Timberlake buy MySpace?
I never heard that.
I heard that. I don't know if it's real.
In the movie,
Oh, really?
he plays the character that helps him out. Maybe that's why you heard that.
No. Hold on. Yeah, Justin Timberlake really bought it.
When?
I'm looking for a date here. But Justin Timberlake buys his own social network with MySpace with a $35 million purchase in 2011.
Oh wow, that was a long time ago. Doesn't look like much has come from it.
You know
Yeah,
they're
there's a bunch of-
changing. They're changing the name of Facebook.
We just said that. So
Well, so where have you been? Are you serious, Sol, or are you trolling?
No, I'm trolling.
Okay. I'm like, this is your podcast, and you're not even paying attention.
Just
I'm
wanted to see
watching
what happened.
videos. I'm watching videos.
The river got real bad.
When
I
you
hope-
guys, you guys eat nuggets growing up? Not now, specifically growing up.
I would eat Dino Nuggets.
only if it came from like fast food. I don't think my parents ever actually made nuggets for us.
Okay, so that furthers my question. It's better for my next question. But anybody else? Nuggets growing up?
Yeah.
River?
My mom would actually
Yeah.
make nuggets.
You guys get fast food nuggets?
Oh yeah.
What was your sauce of choice, your dipping sauce, if you did it?
Sweet and sour.
Fast food ones.
Ketchup only.
You dip it in ketchup only.
Yeah. You know me, Sol, I'm picky.
Not even barbecue sauce, bro.
No.
Not even some relish and mayonnaise on the side.
Ew,
What?
no. Ketchup only.
Have you ever done ketchup and mayonnaise?
No,
Uh,
I don't.
Mayo
Mayo
chup?
Disgusting.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
love mayo chup.
So good.
I don't like mayonnaise.
I asked because I grew up and people apparently haven't had this. I used to get honey with my nuggies.
Yeah, honey.
I've tried
honey-
that. I like that.
Huh.
It's not bad. It's not my choice, but it's not bad.
I didn't know there was other choices growing up.
So you did honey?
Oh, did your parents lie to you?
Like, no, they just didn't ask. It just came with honey every time
Hmm.
that we order from McDonald's or Burger King. And I just assumed that that was my only options.
That's strange.
Yeah, I would either get sweet and sour or barbecue sauce. It was usually sweet and sour. Or I would do the mayo chip, you know, because that was like my go-to. I did that.
The
with
only
french
time I
fries and
learned,
everything.
only time I learned there was other sauces is when the Szechuan sauce came out.
That's when you learn.
Mm-hmm.
Szechuan sauce was awful.
No,
I didn't
wasn't.
say I wanted Szechuan sauce. I was just saying it figured me like that's what told me there's other flavors than honey.
The Szechuan sauce is great. What do you mean?
That's the biggest marketing fucking thing that they've ever had, and I don't know why they don't capitalize it and just bring the Szechuan sauce back.
Dude, Rick and Morty made him come back
They-
with it for a while.
Yeah, they brought it back for a little bit, but that was it. It sold out very quickly.
Yeah, so
They
bring
never
it
brought it
back.
Yeah, I don't know. That is a good question. I've always wondered why they didn't.
We need another Mulan movie.
We have one.
We need another one. We need Mulan Part 3. 3D.
One came out, a real live action Mulan.
Yeah. Mulan 2, Rise of the Szechuan.
Right, so the Szechuan. I'm pretty sure you
Yeah, I
can
don't
just
know.
make your own Szechuan sauce.
I'm sure you can, but that's irrelevant. I want
You just
McDonald's
you
to
just
give
want
me
it.
it.
You're getting fast food because it's fast and easy. You don't want to go home and make your own sauce before everything is cold.
Well, if
But if you-
if McDonald's isn't making it, your only other choice is to make it your own.
Could you imagine it being a Szechuan sauce dealer?
In the States,
Yeah.
it's like, yo, fam, I got your Szechuan sauce, you know?
You know how
Don't
much
tempt
money-
me.
You'd probably make a lot of money being at like a bar and being like, I sell Szechuan sauce for your nuggies.
You couldn't be creepy though, because I'm sure most people would be like, no.
You want to buy
Sure,
some?
got
drugged.
You want to buy my sauce, bro?
I got that Szechuan sauce.
Yeah, right. It's one of those things where you have like the trench coat and you open it up and there's just like pockets full of Szechuan sauce. You're like, how many? How many you want? I could do that. I think that'll be my new career. Maybe I'll just quit teaching. Just be an
Become a s-
underground Szechuan
Or
sauce
you can just
seller.
start. You can teach and sell Szechuan to your kids.
We do have nuggets at school,
I was gonna
Yeah.
say you have the
So-
ultimate.
You
the
have the
market.
ultimate clientele.
but I would get fired immediately.
I know on what grounds? On what grounds?
I don't know.
selling to her students.
Like
Yeah.
you're not selling drugs to them. You're selling Szechuan sauce.
I
What-
know, but I can't make money off of my kids. I can't sell them anything.
So you get
I-
so okay. This is what you do. You get
One of the kids.
one
to
of the
do that.
kids. Yes. You get one of the kids to do it.
No.
Yeah. Or
No.
you fucking speak to one of the parents and be like, hey, you want your son to be a middleman? You want your son to be actually something when he grows up? He's gonna be my Szechuan dealer.
You want him to be something when he grows up?
No. No,
You
no,
need
no.
a student teacher to do it.
As if we have those. We don't even have enough teachers. We don't even have really student teaching here anymore. When you get to that student teaching part, it's like, hey, you know what? Why don't you just have your own classroom? Good luck.
Well, not
what
student
they do now.
teachers. What's the like teacher's aid? Right? That's one.
Oh, we don't have those. Are you serious? I've never had a teacher's aide before, ever in my life.
Yeah, well, you could, and he could sell Szechuan sauce.
Yeah. You can actually make it. You can designate somebody as your teacher's aide.
One of my students?
Yeah.
You have the power. You're the
No.
teacher.
They're stupid.
They just
Hey,
need to be
don't
smart
talk-
enough to sell sauce.
They don't even need to be that smart. They need to be smart
I
enough
don't
to
think-
hand you the money.
I don't think you remember seventh graders. They can't keep a secret for shit.
Yeah,
When
that's
you
true.
throw-
Look at
when
all these
you-
teachers getting in trouble.
That's why you need to
Sexual
find the
allocation.
right kid, man.
That was a terrible
No.
joke.
I heard it. I
I
heard it.
heard it. There is no, and none of my kids would be able to keep that secret. None of them.
Well, then
And the
you're-
other kids who would be buying from them would out us, even by accident. They're so stupid. Like, I love them. Don't get me wrong, but man,
right.
are they dumb.
All right, we're gonna make this into a.
yeah.
legitimate
So this,
business.
okay,
You're
which
gonna go out to the board
yeah.
and present it as a way for student funding. So you give them a percentage of your Szechuan gains.
Oh
No.
no, no.
This is what
Why
you're gonna
not?
do.
No,
No. This is what you do, so that no one finds out. You find the smartest kid, right, there in your class, and if he has a pet, you steal the pet, hold him for ransom,
Blackmail.
blackmail him.
So this, nope, you've already lost me. This is way too much work.
No, it's not too much for a little bit of work
We'll do
for
it for you.
free time for life. You know,
Nope.
free time
We'll
for
do
a
it for
lifetime.
you.
Yeah.
How about
Me and
so
Ella
so
are gonna.
so? Why don't you go wait outside your local high school and approach some kids? You know, That sounds
But
like a
I'm
solid
not a
plan.
teacher. I'm not a teacher. You're the
Yeah,
teacher. You can actually stand in front of a school and they'll be
You've
like,
already
well, what
got
do you?
it.
Yeah, you have a reason to be there. I'm a teacher. That's why I have to be here.
You have the platform.
Exactly. You
But I also
have the
have
means
I also have the most to lose.
and the most to gain. Hey, to be
you
something
really
in
think
this
I'm gonna
world,
make
you
that
gotta,
much money?
yeah. Are you kidding me? Selling Szechuan sauce to kids?
We
Ma-
just said
a matter of
McDonald's
fact,
sold
yeah.
out.
And if you
I know, but
become big
if my
time,
only market is my school, and the kids, no, it logistically it doesn't work.
No, you just said the kids
dude,
can't
they'll
keep
be,
the secret. You don't think
dude.
the other school's gonna find out and
Yeah,
then need to get their Szechuan dealers?
exactly. They're gonna be like, wow, look how efficient she is in this school. You'll be known as
No.
the sauce lady throughout all of
No.
Arizona.
No.
This is my formal request that this episode be called Szechuan.
Yeah,
The Szechuan episode.
dude.
No.
Hey, if you want to make it in this world, you gotta make some. You gotta take some risks.
It's like
Listen,
Wolf of Wall Street, but Szechuan
I'm-
sauce.
Yeah.
I'm busy enough. I am busy enough. I cannot also be a crime
Think,
lord
but think about it.
syndicate.
If you start making some money, you can just pay people to do your job.
Yep.
No one wants to be a teacher in the first place.
If you're
No.
because you're not throwing the right money at them.
Yeah.
But I want to
You
make
gotta
a
throw them that
profit.
Szechuan money.
Yeah,
Oh my
bro.
God. Nope. You know what?
What
So
about you?
how-
What about all your dino nuggies?
I was just gonna say, bring I was like, you know what? Maybe if I split the business and I do some Szechuan and then some Dino Nuggets, maybe that
You're killing the game right there. You're
Right?
giving the supply and demand.
Because you know those nuggies at school lunch are the lowest tier possible. Right?
Yeah.
They're not even fun shapes.
Can you imagine food trucks pulling up to high schools now? Is that a thing? Can they
Yeah,
do that?
some of them do now. In more upscale neighborhoods.
We used to
That
get
would be awesome.
we used to get the local bagel place to give us their bagels from the day before, and we could buy them for lunch. And I would buy one every day.
We talked this 7-Eleven guy into giving us his day old donuts.
Such manipulation.
We're like, you're throwing them away. What if you just put them in a different bag and put it out back?
And anyway, he just did it. Just like, oh, I'm throwing away the
Well,
donuts.
Because we were asking him to give us the donuts. He's like, I can't. I got to be seen on camera throwing them away. It's like regulation. I said, well, what if you just put them in a bag by themselves and put them out back and don't put it in the garbage? Just like put it by the door. And he was like, you do that.
But you know what most places do with their leftover food from that day? They are forced to throw it in the dumpster and then pour bleach all over it so the homeless people can't go
Yeah,
through their trash and
I
take
heard
them.
that. Now
Yeah.
that you say it, I've heard that.
Which is so fucked up. Like, number one, that they're not donating that food to people who need it. But number two, the people who obviously need it because they're digging through dumpsters can't even have it because it's covered in bleach. Like, it makes me want to cry, honestly.
You know what I never understood? I never understood the fact that, and I've seen this a lot in videos, like people who are like trying to like feed homeless people, right? But they don't have like regulation. Like, I get if they don't have the proper paperwork to actually do that. So why not send them home? Like, tell them like you have to disperse, you have to leave. They go and take the food and then like pour like water on it or bleach on it. Like, I saw one where they had to hold the people there, detain them. One of the officers had to go and get bleach and then pour it on the food. And I'm like, well,
Yep.
why can't they just take it home and then just like they can just keep it? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand it either.
Why
That's
fuck the
capitalism.
food up?
Yeah. Like, you're throwing away perfectly good food that could go to someone in need. And instead, you're being greedy because they're not paying you, even though it's just going in the trash anyway.
I saw one which I to this day it made no sense to me, and I still never got an explanation because it was only like a minute video. The officer, there's somebody who was trying to donate cans of food. To my knowledge, you can do that, right? Like, I can understand cooked food is different, but like canned of food, like you can do that. He had a can opener and opened up each can and like poured the contents out of it in a dumpster. And I was just like, wait a second, like, I thought canned food is like fine. Like he can at least like he wasn't even trying to give it to homeless people. He was trying to donate it to a center, and they were stopping people from donating food.
It
It sounds
just,
like a
That's
conspiracy.
stupid.
yeah. I mean, here I'm faced with homelessness daily where I live. Like, there are so many homeless people. When I'm driving to work, I'm leaving at like 6:30. I'm still seeing people like asleep in their blankets in like bushes on like the street, and it's just part of me. And I know, like, obviously I haven't done this because it would be dangerous, but part of me just wants to like come up to one of them and be like, "Hey, you just want to stay with me? Like, you can come into my house, and like when I'm not here, you could
I
just
think
like
Kim
sleep."
Kardashian did that on one episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah,
There's been
I
a lot
mean,
of people who do it, and they usually end up getting like their shit stolen from their house.
yeah, and that's why I haven't done it. But I just feel like if I did ever come across like a homeless person who, for some reason, I could actually trust, like I would do that 100%. I'd be like, you don't have to give me any money, just sleep on my couch and leave me alone. Like, I don't care. I'm not sleeping on the couch. Like, I've got my own bed. I've got space. But a lot of them here, I wouldn't be able to trust that. I wouldn't be able to leave them alone with my shit, which sucks. But I don't blame them. Like, they're doing what they need to do to get by, but it's just it's a cruel world, and I feel bad.
I guess or maybe I'm cold, but I've seen so many things about people who just choose to be homeless that makes me like, all right, I don't know. I don't really want to help you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if that's their choice, then like obviously they don't really want help in the first place.
Yeah, but they're gonna
But
take handouts just like the mall. That's how they get by.
yeah, well, because that's the easy way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. There was a news story, I think maybe a year or 2 years ago here, where there was a guy who would stand on like a street corner with a sign that's like, I'm homeless, I need food and money and stuff, and he would get money, and then the news crew who was filming him, I guess secretly watched him get into his fucking Cadillac and drive off.
Wow.
Like, you can't trust it.
There was one lady on YouTube, I think that happened to as well. Like,
I was gonna say, go ahead.
no, I think that they were giving her like money, and they used it at like a Burger King or something, and then sees her get into like a brand new Hyundai.
So
Yeah, it's a thing.
there was a couple of things that made me like have this callous view, right? And one of them was he's like I don't know, he's some military guy, and he went and spent 3 months living on the street and like made friends with some of the guys. He's like, I like most of them, but like most of them also wanted to be homeless and they just wanted to take advantage of the system. Like, and that's why I'll never give a homeless person money again. And then there was another one. It was what's it called? Uh fucking the top paying jobs in the world. And one of them was being begging for change by major expressways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I never give money. The only people I've given money to are when I go to the gas station and go inside, like the gas station right down the street, and there's always like someone outside. And if they start following me to my car, then I'm like, yeah, I'll give you a couple bucks because I'm terrified.
I don't give anybody money. I offer to buy them food in the gas station.
There's been a couple times where they'll ask me to get them food in the gas
I would-
station. I always do it.
I'm much more inclined to do that than I am to give you some just cash.
Yeah, that's usually like if they ask me to do that, that's what I do. But the only time I do give money is when I feel like my life is in danger. And there has been a ton of like stabbings of homeless people like following people to their cars. So I'm trying to be safe, and I'm like, I don't have a lot of cash. This is the only cash I have, and I give them like, because I don't normally carry cash, maybe a couple of dollars, and that's what I give them. So, but yeah, I would love to live in a society where I know if I give them money, like it's gonna help them. But most of the time, we know what they're doing with that money. So it is what it is. I'm gonna take a shot. I just poured mine. Does anyone want to join me? AKA Hammered.
I had a guy go into my car one time, which is weird. Because I told
What?
him I was like, I have like 50 cents. Let me just go like put money in the pump. So I
He
go.
said I got it.
Yeah, he goes. Like I come back out and he's like half of his butt is sticking out of my front door. And he's just like, I'm like, what are you doing? He's just like, oh, I'm just looking for the 50 cents you told me. And I'm like, here, bro. Like, get out of here. I had it on me. Like, wait until I get out. Like, it's not in the car. It was really weird.
Thanks. All
What
right,
a
I'm taking my
weirdo.
shot. Hammer, are you joining
Yes. I had to find it.
me?
There's too many bottles.
That's okay. Your name is Hammered Bartender. I would expect nothing less.
Yeah.
I'm also drinking Topo Chico seltzers.
What are those?
Have you
What
ever
are
had Topo
those?
Chico?
No, I've never heard of them.
They sound cool now.
Topo Chico's a pretty prominent, just like seltzer water company, like normal, just like bubbly water.
Right.
But they started making their own like White Claws.
Right.
And they're called what again?
It's just Topo Chico hard seltzer.
Okay.
But it'd be like what's the seltzer water you guys know? Bublier?
Yeah, whatever.
It'd be like them making their own White Claw.
I mean, it makes sense. It's logical.
Yeah. You're already half in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Shadow clock
All right.
to honor.
Cheers to
If
honor.
if you can't come in her, come on her.
Aim for that.
I'm so glad I wasn't taking my shot when that happened.
That was real. I've never heard that, but that's really funny.
Wow. Wow.
For honor. If you can't go
Yeah,
in
I love
there, come on.
I
Jesus
love it.
Christ.
That was,
Cheers to the new joke I'm going to be telling for the next 10 years.
that was a hockey cheers.
Yikes. All right. Cheers, Hammered.
Cheers.
I'm gonna say that at somebody's wedding.
I really hope not, Soul.
It's too funny not to.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't.
Archie, do we have a hole of the week?
I think she's still shooting.
Is she? Go.
You gotta let me finish chewing my pretzel, Soul. Why do you always ask me a question immediately as soon as I'm like, all right, I'm taking a shot? Like, you know, I need a minute, all right?
I'm
You know,
getting
I need a
I'm
minute.
getting the question in there so you can start thinking about it. You know, get the brain moving.
But no, I don't. I could find one real quick if we want.
Sure.
All right. Keep talking. I'll find one.
All right. Talk. Words, talk. Talk, words,
Blur,
talk.
blur. Moshuno. I don't know. I was just trying to go. Hammer, are you gonna start streaming now that you're back?
Yeah, I did one last night. I just did a simple, quick one. I don't even remember what I was playing. I tried to play Rome Total War and I got frustrated at how slow it was going. And I switched to Apex and got mad at Apex. So, it's just like being back.
We've been me and Jared have been playing Rocket League as of late, but other than that, nothing new. I'm waiting for like new games to come out. I want to get the Guardians of the Galaxy game because that looks really fun.
I saw it and I saw somebody playing it and they didn't really they said it was like kind of fun if you like Guardians of the Galaxy, like it'll be fun. But the negative side to it, they said, was that it's not that difficult. Like,
yeah, I'm not.
hard.
I'm not getting it for the. I'm getting it because I like Guardians of the Galaxy. That's the reason why I would get the Avengers, like just for the fact that like it's like the story.
Rust is on sale. I kind of want to buy that.
Oh, if you get Rust, I'll play Rust with you.
Will you?
We can have a.
I want to play this game, Maneater, where you're a shark.
Oh, that's a yeah. I never got to play that, but I know. Fucking Marvel played that game, and I've seen other people on stream play it. It looks like it's fun. You're just going around just like fucking around with other sharks.
Hell Let Loose is on sale currently. It just looks like a very realistic World War II game.
If you get
Uh,
Rust, I want Frenchie to get Rust so we can have our smart
Rust
not
day?
sober like podcast crew.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know though. Like, I like the survival games, but I feel
mean,
like it's so
Rust
hard
is-
because it's live. Like, it's on a server, and people just kill you when you spawn in.
I mean, it's just like 7
We can
days
have
to
a.
die.
Well, I can get us our own server.
Yeah, we can also password protect it.
Yeah, I can just have because
Yeah, that's fine then.
I paid Izzle like for the 7 days. I can just have it rerouted towards a Rust server.
Yeah, that sounds fun then.
If we build up a Rust server, build up our place so that we're safe, and then just open it.
Yeah, we gotta have the SNS house. You know, smart and sober house. Okay, I found one. Do you want to hear it?
Okay, let's go. That's all the week.
Right.
And then we'll do shout outs.
Okay. Emma the asshole for no longer letting boyfriend eat what I cook after he raided my food in front of my family. So just disclaimer, I have not read through this whole thing. So we're all reading it for the first time together. My 25-year-old boyfriend, she's 25, boyfriend Jerry, 31, has a culinary art diploma. He works 2 jobs related to his field, 1 as a chef in a restaurant and 2 as a cooking instructor. We've been dating for almost 16 months now. I had no real experience in cooking, but he encouraged me to learn and help my skills improve so much, even though he has a habit of rating every meal I cook, which I find a bit rude, for example. X meal gets 7 out of 10, or Y meal gets 8.3 out of 10, or even Z meal would have gotten 9 out of 10 if the sauce wasn't so salty, etc. I didn't feel great with him rating my food, no matter the score, but he says he's helping me improve.
Oh,
My fam.
I get
Yeah,
it now.
I think we all
we all
just
heard-
got it.
We
Yeah.
all heard the same thing.
I
No.
thought you said rated.
Yeah, that's what I
Like
thought.
he's rating the food. Like what did he do? Like
I thought
Did
he
he-
Oh, no,
stole
no.
all our food or something.
did he just
No,
like
rated.
Goku Dragon Ball Z ate everybody's food all at once?
Rated.
Okay, rated. That makes a lot more sense now.
So it continues, and it says, my family came over to visit, and I wanted to cook their favorite meals. Jerry sat with my parents and chatted till food was ready. He started eating and kept making comments about my choice of meals. Once he put his fork down, he cleared his throat and literally started rating each dish I made by giving me 7 out of 10 for this, 4.8 out of 10 for this, and 6 out of 10 for this. My family were so confused, and I was floored. I felt awful as he kept giving advice on how to improve my score next time. He kept a straight face while doing it. It was awkward, just awkward the entire evening. We had a huge argument after my family left, and I told Jerry that he acted poorly and embarrassed me when he started rating my food in front of my family. I said to him that I won't have him eat what I cook anymore. He said I was overreacting and claimed what he was doing is just constructive criticism, and I shouldn't take it personal since he's just used to rating his students' work. I said I wasn't his student and he wasn't Gordon Ramsay to be heavily putting my efforts down in front of my family.
Seems like he's
He got
watching a lot of Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, he got offended and said my reaction was way over the top since he was just giving constructive criticism in order for me to make progress, and said he was trying to help and that Gordon Ramsay comment was totally uncalled for and just a low blow to his abilities as a respectable chef with a respectable career. He then asked what made me think it was okay to come at him like that over a few ratings. He stated he was hurt and went to stay with a friend for the night, probably expecting an apology from me. Am I the asshole?
Well, of
No.
course.
No.
Yeah. Why?
If
please
I started rating my wife's meals, she would kill me in my sleep or cut my balls
well,
off.
you need to
I
have the
think-
balls to tell her the truth.
Yeah, well,
I
Her
think
Oh, yeah,
cooking,
Sol?
her cooking sucks.
Oh yeah? You gonna tell that to Lila?
yeah, you know, Delilah. I'm pretty.
I don't know
sure you
why
know.
you're making this into a me thing. We're talking about
Uh-huh.
their situation.
Uh-huh. So you just tell Lila her food is shit when you're eating it?
No, because Lila
I think-
doesn't make shit food.
Well, what if she did?
I wouldn't eat it.
And you
I
wouldn't say
think,
anything?
No, because I don't want to die.
I think
Oh,
a big
true.
portion of
Find
this
out.
is that this is his job.
And then the bigger thing, I think she's the asshole only for one reason. Because, and maybe she did say it, but she didn't say it in that post anyway, is that she didn't say, hey, this makes me feel uncomfortable or not good. Don't do this. Don't fucking rate my shit. She just blew up.
That's a good point.
It seemed like she didn't mind as much when it was just them, but because he did it in front of the whole family, she feels embarrassed. And I feel like he should have known not to do that in front of the entire family because it is embarrassing.
But maybe he thought that it would be fine.
But that's wrong though because it's not.
But he
if
doesn't.
you
But
would've
he,
told me-
Hammer doesn't make a good point. If she doesn't express that, hey, you rating my shit all the time is annoying or like bothers me.
No, but it seems like it doesn't bother her unless it's in front of other people. He could have done it privately after her family left.
Well, no, it seems like it did, and she said like, oh, it kind of rubs me the wrong way when he always critiques my food. So it seems like she's a little bit upset that he keeps doing that, and this was beforehand.
I think the big thing is just being open with it, that it bothers you, or like, hey, maybe like don't do this in front of a bunch of people, which I get, but don't get all at the same time. I don't get it only because the way it seems, and I'm playing devil's advocate because I don't know their fucking situation. Maybe he's an asshole, but the way it seems is he's bringing her into his life in a way that of something he does every day, and he is, if that's his job, like that's something he's supposed to be really good at, and he's like connecting it to something they do and being like, oh well, we could do this and we can make this better. And in my mind, if she's cooking their family's favorite food, and then he's like, oh, we can make this better. Now he could have said it way different. He could have been like, you fucking suck, this food sucks, and that would make him the asshole. But if she was like, made this food, and then he was like, oh, this is good, but like we could fix this because this is a little salty or this is that, and then it would be better, and everybody would be feeling way better about their food and blah blah blah. So I get it. I get how she could be offended by it, but she also needs to vocalize, if she did not, that like, hey, maybe don't like out me in front of a bunch of people, or hey, this bothers me, can we just not do it all the time? Maybe just like something you and I do here and there. That would be like a different conversation.
I think it's the parents' fault.
They should have taught her how to cook, right?
Exactly. They should have raised her to be the chef that this man deserves.
Oh Jesus Christ!
If it's too hot in the kitchen, get out.
I can read some comments. The top comment is not the asshole. This is the real world, not Yelp. If you're both working on improving your cooking, then constructive criticism is generally fine. Not when it's not asked for, though. It doesn't need to be every meal, and definitely not in front of guests. He may think he's helping, but this has turned into belittling and looks like a power trip. And then the original poster said, thanks for the feedback, I appreciate it. And then a comment after that, which got a ton of awards, was, maybe try putting things in a way he might understand. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to give you a rating as 2.3 out of 10 as a boyfriend. Your hygiene is decided and you carry your weight financially, so that's good. But bringing your work home and being very unsupportive of my needs and not being able to accept or even handle criticism while dishing it out is just killing your score here. Far too bitter and unpalatable to rate any higher. So I agree with that, but I also agree with you guys. Like, she should have communicated that. Like, if it made her uncomfortable, she should have said that. I don't know why she thinks he wouldn't rate the meal in front of her family, because that's what he does consistently. So she should have communicated that. But I also feel like he should have known that he shouldn't do that in front of family, because no one's family is going to look at that and be like, "Ah, he's trying to help her." Like, no one's gonna think that. No one. Everyone's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
I don't know. I think it also has to do with like how good he is at a chef. Like, is he just some chef, or is he actually like really good? And does he do that regularly? Like, rate.
Does he work
companies?
at Denny's and calls himself a chef, or is he working at a 4-star
That's what I
restaurant?
mean. Like,
and we don't know that.
If a 4-star restaurant
Because
owner is married to my sister and he corrects their food. I might go up to my sister and be like, dude, what was that about? And she'd be like, oh, we do this all the time. And I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. And I would be like, all right, that makes sense. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But again, it's really just about the communication, which is the only reason I think she's an asshole. The asshole in this situation is the lack of communication or lack of saying that bothered me or something like that. And I'm kind of relating it to a similar thing that I had, not exactly the same at all, but it's like a little reach. But a girl I dated, I'm super into like saving videos like on Instagram or TikTok, and I want to like we're not spending 24 hours a day together. So like when we meet up or we get together, like, oh, I want to show you these videos. I saved them and I want to show them to you. And it would be like a daily thing. Like, oh, I saved these for today because I want to show you and blah, blah, blah. And eventually one day we got into a fight and she started blowing up about that. She's like, this is fucking bullshit. You're being like a child. You always make me watch these stupid videos. I'm like, oh, I just thought you enjoyed it too.
Oh,
because
see,
you didn't
that's
tell me
a
anything.
real asshole thing to do. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's a little different than this one. This one's like walking a line. Like he could for sure be the asshole easy in that situation with the rating food.
Yeah, that was my next question is, do you think he's an asshole in general for rating her food?
I think he should have been more aware not to do it in front of family. Like, especially like if you could have told her before or like after, like when they left, like, hey, by the way, you know that souffle you made was fucking god awful. 2 out of 10. You know.
That's what I
think-
said, and you disagreed with me.
Well, personally,
Well,
I
I'm
think,
saying it now.
personally, I think if he did that, like if he waited for them to leave, then he would know he's being an asshole. I think the genuineness of him doing it in front of their family makes it believable that like he thought she enjoyed it.
But also, who enjoys being rated like that?
I don't know. I like being rated on like certain things I do, like my jiu-jitsu and shit. I want to know like, oh, you're fucking that up. You should fix this.
Right,
Four
but
to-
this is a
4
little
out
more
of 10.
personal in a relationship. What if you fucked a girl that you're in a relationship with and she was like, it was a 4 out of 10.
All right, let's
That's
go.
appropriate?
That's
Let's-
different than food.
Yeah, let's go a second round. Maybe I can get a higher
What?
score.
But hold on, that's different than food. But also, I would rather like to know that I'm not fucking right. Like, what do I need to do?
Well, and I feel like there's better ways to convey that than being like, 4 out of 10. Like you just be like,
I think again, it comes down to the conversation in the beginning
Yeah,
that
the
both of them
communication.
could easily be the asshole because we
Yeah.
don't know what started it. We just know he encouraged her to start cooking, and maybe she asked one time, rate it, and then he just continued
Yeah.
every time, or maybe he decided to rate it and then continued. Like we don't.
Yeah,
There's
true.
missing parts.
yeah, I agree. Also, this is honestly not where I thought this conversation would go.
What did you think was gonna happen? Tell
I
that
don't know,
bitch to cook better in the kitchen.
Normally, we agree with like whatever the Reddit post says.
Oh,
like,
we're
not
all
an
pretty
asshole,
much
an
on one
asshole.
side.
Yeah, and it's literally she's not the asshole at all. She's not at fault at all.
Yeah,
This
this one.
is the first time that we've disagreed with Reddit.
I think. Well, here's the thing. Usually, like when people put "Am I the asshole?" on Reddit, it's usually like, "Nah, you're not," because like you hear the story and you're like, "For sure, you're not." It's really like, and I think people do that to be like they're so confused that how can they be in the situation, so they want others like approval. But if you know, like you're like towing that line of if you are and aren't, I think people are rarely would put that online, you know, because then if they show that they are the asshole.
It's the risk, yeah. It's the risk
Yeah.
of outing themselves.
Because I go through like, am I the asshole? And I watch like YouTube like videos of people like chronologically them. Is that right? Yeah. And it's always
that's not right, but all right.
yeah, but it's always like a fucking far to the left. Like, yeah, that other person was the asshole for sure.
Do you have time for one more?
Yeah, we have time for one more. I just need to find it.
I don't know.
River,
I
what do you-
kind of like these.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Find
no,
one more.
I'll find one more. But River, you didn't chime in at all. What are you thinking?
I think that like I don't know. He, in my opinion, like it's not something I think is like appropriate. Like I definitely think like the boyfriend should not be doing that. especially 100,000% in front of the family,
Yeah,
right?
I agree
Because
with that part. Yeah.
constructive criticism shouldn't be humiliating,
What
right?
do you still
If
have
his
that up real
intention,
quick, Frenchie?
if his intention was to actually be
I
constructive,
do.
Can
if his
you?
intention was to be constructive, then he should have not humiliated her. And if he's naive enough to not think it's humiliating, then he's definitely an asshole.
Can you read the part again of how he rated that man?
Well,
The family
here
one?
Izzle's here, so we can get audience perspective.
Okay. Do you want me to reread
Yeah,
it again?
reread it, and then we'll say how we feel.
All right. So the title is Am I the Asshole for No Longer Letting Boyfriend Eat What I Cook After He Raided My Food in Front of My Family? Me, 25, my boyfriend, Jerry, 31, has a culinary art diploma. He works 2 jobs related to his field. 1, as a chef in a restaurant, and 2, as a cooking instructor. We've been dating for almost 16 months now. I have no real experience in cooking, but he encouraged me to learn and helped my skills improve so much, even though he has a habit of rating every meal I cook, which I find a bit rude. For example, X meal gets 7 out of 10, or Y meal gets 8.3 out of 10, or blah, blah, blah. I didn't feel great with him rating my food no matter the score, but he says he's only trying to help me improve. My family came over to visit, and I wanted to cook their favorite meals. Jerry sat with my parents and chatted till the food was ready. He started eating and kept making comments about my choice of meals. Once he put his fork down, he cleared his throat and literally started rating every dish I made by giving me 7 out of 10 for this, 4.8 out of 10 for this, and 6.10 out of this. My family were so confused, and I was floored. I felt awful as he kept giving me advice on how to improve my score next time. He kept a straight face while doing it. It was awkward the entire evening. We had a huge argument after my family left, and I told Jerry that he acted poorly and embarrassed me when he started rating my food in front of my family. I said to him that I won't have him eat what I cook anymore. He said I was overreacting and claimed what he was doing is just constructive criticism, and I shouldn't take it personal since he's used to rating his students' work. I said I wasn't his student and he wasn't Gordon Ramsay, to be heavily putting my efforts down in front of my family. He got offended and said my reaction was way over the top since he was just giving constructive criticism in order for me to make progress, and said he was trying to help and that Gordon Ramsay comment was totally uncalled for and just a low blow to his abilities as a respectable chef with a respectable career. He then asked what made me think it was okay to come at him like that over a few ratings. He stated he was hurt and went to stay with a friend for the night, probably expecting an apology from me. Am I the asshole?
Yeah, I could see where she was butthurt about it, but also like she also says in there, "I got better by all this or all this criticism, whether it's constructive or not. It seems to be constructive if it's improving her." And again, this really just needs to be a conversation. And I
Well, it
think,
seems like from rereading it again, it seems like
yeah,
she did bring it up to him and said she didn't like it, and he just said it was constructive criticism, so she let it be. So it
yeah,
seems
but
like
that's
she
the
did
part
bring it up to him, and he
leaving
dismissed
it
it.
be.
Yeah, that I'll agree. It's definitely, if it kept bothering her, she needed to be more firm about it. I agree with that. Absolutely, there needs to be more communication about this.
Because in my mind, if we have this conversation, right, and you tell me this bothers you when I do this, and then I say, "Oh, this is just constructive criticism. We're just trying to make it better." Whatever the thing is, I'm trying to make this better. Look, we've got improvements from this and that, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I guess I did get better," and then just kind of leave it at that. In my mind, it's cool to keep going, as opposed to you be like, "Yeah, we made improvements, blah blah blah," but like, I don't like it.
Yeah, I think rereading it or rehearing it, I think they're both the asshole.
Yeah,
For sure. I mean, it's like it's split right down the middle because she should have like vocalized if this is bothering you. Then even if he says, "Well, I'm just trying to critique you," or like, I'm just trying to help. Like, yeah, but no, I don't like that. Then he should have been aware of it, and he should have had some awareness not to do it in front of the family. especially if she's already expressed, hey, this kind of bothers me, which she kind of did. And he kind of like, I guess, like, said it was, what did he say? It was like, I'm just trying to help you. I critique even my students or whatever. So, like,
Yeah.
yeah, so you already know that she's like kind of like iffy about you doing that, but she's still allowing you to, but not to do it. I mean, if she's already iffy about you doing it, like just you two, I'm pretty sure she'd be more iffy about it in front of family, in a family setting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how I feel. I agree there should have been more communication about it, but I also feel like he should have had enough tact to be like, maybe I shouldn't do this in front of the entire family and do it privately.
Yeah.
It's for sure communications the asshole. Or
I
the-
mean,
Yeah.
I still put
For
For
the,
lack
sure.
of.
I still put the blame on the parents.
Yeah,
But-
they should have taught her how to cook, and then this wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah. You know, if you do your job right as a parent, you know.
Oh my god. Okay, I have the next one. You want to hear it?
All right, what's the next one?
Okay, am I the asshole? I told a man he was too old to have a toddler.
What?
And this one is shorter. I, 51 female, recently went on a date with a 54-year-old male. I knew he had 2 kids. While we were eating, he tells me their ages. 32 female and 3 years old male. That's a deal breaker to me. At my age with grown kids, 25 male and 26 female, the last thing I want to be bothered with is a man with a toddler and all the potential drama. The mom is 30. I went on with the date because I was having fun. When it was over, I had every intention of letting things fade away. Yes, I can be passive aggressive. Well, he called a couple of days later, wanting to go out again. I tried the whole I'm not ready thing, but he kept trying, which obviously is a big mistake. You shouldn't do that, be honest. Finally, I told him that the fact that he has a toddler is a deal breaker. Too much possible drama, and I am way too old for that. Hint, hint. He told me I was being hypocritical since I was a single mom. I said a single mom of 2 grown kids. He kept repeating himself, and I kept repeating myself. Finally, I told him that having a baby at 51 shows a stunning lack of judgment that I don't need in my world. He was
Whoa.
quiet for a minute,
Damn.
told me that that was a messed up thing to say. He told me I should have told him before he paid for my dinner, and that it was a bitch move, then hung up. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for
yes.
sure.
100%.
That's, yes.
100%,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
You could have your own views, and that could bother you, and not want to date somebody with a kid. But like, he might have been an asshole for pushing it further. But like, to be too old to have a kid, you're a fucking asshole. Shut up.
Wow, this is the second one that you disagree with Reddit about.
They all agree with her.
Really?
They all say she's not the asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's awful.
Wow.
I can, yeah. If
I
you
mean-
don't, if you don't want to be with them, that's cool and all. That's your prerogative. But you can't then tell the man, hey, you're too old to even have that kid, man. Like you have lack of judgment. Like what? Like if he
Yeah,
if he
it's-
can
it's-
support that kid, if they made the decision to fucking have sex without a condom, and I'm pretty sure that all went into his brain if like they have a kid or not. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he's not just some 17-year-old just fucking sticking it anywhere without a condom on and hoping for the best.
I think they're both the asshole. And here's why. Number one, she's totally allowed to have her own opinion and to say, that's not right for me. I get it. It's not right for her. She's too old to be dealing with a toddler. Fine. She didn't have to say that having a baby at 51 was a stunning lack of judgment. That's her asshole move. His asshole move is saying he told me I should have told him that before he paid for my dinner. So he's like, oh, I only paid for the dinner because I thought, like,
But yes, that's why I paid for the dinner.
yeah. It's
But
like,
no, that's not an asshole move. But that's why I paid. I don't pay for the dinner for some random girl.
Yeah, I don't know about
No,
calling him an
you
asshole
do.
for that one.
you do if he had agreed to pay because it was a date. It doesn't matter if the date isn't going well or not. Like, if
Yeah,
he
but-
was going to pay for the dinner, he shouldn't only be paying for it because he thinks he's going to get something out of it. If he was going to originally pay, he should originally pay.
But isn't that why you're paying for the date? I mean, if the date goes sour, that's fine. But it sounds like, maybe I'm wrong. It sounded like she knew he had a kid before that dinner.
No, she knew he had a kid, but didn't know how old the kid was until the dinner.
Mm. So it sounds like he's got a little, or maybe he's being an asshole too. But It sounds like he
Yeah,
might be like thinking it's just because he has kids.
yeah, no, I think they're both assholes in the situation.
Wait, is he saying anywhere that that she should have told him, or is he saying I should have never paid for your dinner? Because those are two
He's
different
saying
things.
he's basically saying I wouldn't have paid for the dinner if you told me this wasn't going to work out.
About him having kids or having a
Yeah.
toddler.
Right.
Yeah.
And even if she said this isn't going to work out, then him saying like he wouldn't have paid for it. That's what makes
See,
it asshole
I
for me.
don't think that's an asshole move, because if you already are going into a date thinking, hey, this is not going to work out, why are you going on this date to begin with?
Well, she didn't know. She didn't know it was going to work out. She
Well, no,
didn't
that's
know
what I'm
how
saying.
old.
She didn't know, but if she would have, because she's saying, oh, if I knew, it would have never worked out, right?
Wait, did she didn't tell him till they were on the phone later that
Right.
it's not working
She
out.
was going to ghost him. She
Yeah,
did say
that's
that.
the
She
that's
was
an
gonna
asshole
ghost him.
move.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
that's
an
why
asshole
you're an
move.
asshole.
Yeah, you're
Agreed. She
ghosting
is an
him.
asshole. She is an asshole. I'm not arguing that, but I also
She's
think
like a
he's an
super
asshole.
asshole.
He's an asshole for the response, but I can see why his response is kind of bitter, because like, hey, you kind of led me on, you ghosted me. I don't even know why. I thought the date went good. Now you're telling me it's because of my kid, and then on top of that, saying that I'm not even qualified to have a kid at this age because I'm too old.
Yeah, that's a big asshole move. But I need you guys to view this from a female perspective. And this may seem a little far-fetched to you, but sometimes it's what goes through girls' minds. When you're on a date with a man, it's very hard to admit that like you're not interested right on the spot because you don't know how that man is going to react. He could have been overly angry, followed her to her car, done anything. Like, you don't want to have confrontation in situations like this, especially with basically a stranger. Like, sure, she should have told him, she should have texted him after and said something, but I understand why she didn't say it at the time. You don't know how a man is going to react to that. So
I got
need
you.
guys to
I
consider that.
understand at the maybe not that night, but like
Yeah,
you could have texted him, you could have fucking emailed him, motherfucker. You
agree.
could have sent a letter.
I don't know. I've had a lot of
Like-
girls. I've had a lot of girls very forward on what the fuck they're thinking when the fuck they're thinking it. So I don't know.
But we don't know her past or situation. Maybe she has been raped or sexually assaulted or abused by.
Yeah,
We
no,
don't know.
that's why if like your fear is like I don't want to tell him in person because I don't know how he's gonna react. That's fine, but like I would feel like it's at least a good thing to tell him up front, some way by communication that hey, this is I'm
Well-
just not feeling it. I don't think we should continue this.
Yeah,
Maybe
no, I agree.
I think the dot connector that would have like totally eliminated his being able to say something like you should have told me before I paid the bill. Would have been like offering to pay a little bit. Like, hey, let me throw in for this. Let me put in some money to this. Because we went back in the beginning on like you're just paying for the dinner because you're going to get something out of it. That's why you're paying for the dinner. You're not expecting like, oh, I'm for sure going to get like laid or whatever the fuck because I'm paying for dinner. But that's why you're paying for dinner, because you're going to get something out of it, whether it's a relationship, brownie points, whatever the fuck it is. That's why you're paying.
Right, but at that moment, there was nothing she really could have done if she was trying to protect herself.
Offer to pay.
I guess.
Hey,
But she
can
didn't.
we
She didn't
put
want
in
to
some
tip him
money to
off.
this?
She didn't want to tip him off that something was wrong.
Yeah, you can say there's nothing wrong. Let's kind of put in some money towards it, and he could be like, no, and then text later or call later, be like, oh yeah, it's not going to work out, and then that whole thing of like you should have told me before I paid is irrelevant because I just offered to pay money towards it.
But also keep in mind their age. They're 50 years old. Like, that's not
Yeah.
really a thing for older people, is to like not have the man pay.
But is like,
Like, I would offer to pay. I've done that before where I've been on dates and it didn't work out and I offered to pay. But that's because that's like a norm.
isn't the guy
for
like
me.
57 or 55 or something?
54, I think?
And how old is she?
Like 51.
51.
What's the likelihood of these geriatrics following each other back to the car to like beat her because of this?
Oh, again, we don't know. You don't know. And as a woman, you don't know.
Yeah, but
and
what's
you
the
always-
statistics on this?
I
You
think
need
it's
to realize it
I
doesn't matter.
yeah, I
Doesn't
think
matter the
statistics
statistics.
doesn't matter than how she feels. She could feel like statistics could be low, but if she feels like she would be in danger, I kind of understand the fact. That's what I understand not saying it right there and then.
But yeah, I agree with you, Soul. She should have said something after. She shouldn't have ghosted.
But like next
That's
day,
wrong.
for sure, like I'm calling you up being like, "Hey, it's not working out."
So can I add something?
Go ahead.
So are we to believe that this 60-year-old lady knows how to use Reddit and post it?
51. 51. 51. And maybe. We
Right?
don't know.
But no, but here's the thing, like, so she's taking the time to, number one, call him about it and then post online. I
She
think
didn't
that
call
alone just
him.
shows
He called
what
her.
whatever. Still, I just think that, like, it goes to show that she's willing to show the world that she's an asshole. So by default, she's the asshole.
Should we look at some comments here about
Yeah,
why
I'm actually
she's not
curious
the
about these
asshole?
comments. Yeah.
Okay. First one, not the asshole. How the hell is he going to raise a toddler when he doesn't understand the word no at his age?
Yeah, I kind
No,
of
wasn't
figured.
said.
Another one, I can't get over the fact that he called her hypocritical because she was a single mom of a 25 and 26-year-old. Here's how I would have definitely been an asshole and loved doing it to someone who started it. So you agree? 25 and 26-year-olds are basically still children to people our age. So how exactly am I still a single mom who must still be raising my mid-20-year-old while you've been screwing and impregnating a 30-year-old? Gosh, she's still a child.
How do you know how old the woman is?
I don't know. I guess he told her because she mentioned that he said that the mother was 30.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
she
I
said
don't-
she says it in the story.
I'm confused. I don't get how the age of the kids matter. I mean, my dad had me at 45 and my sister at 46 or 7.
Yeah, the part of like he's being like, if you say I don't want to date somebody who has a kid as a toddler, that's fine. You can date whoever you want for whatever reasons. But the fact that then she says to him, "You're not qualified to how you even have to raise that kid because you're older," and it's like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Like, I could still raise this kid. Like, what do you mean? Like, you don't know
Okay.
what the fuck. I could be like an amazing
think-
fucking dad of my other kids. I can just be
Here-
an amazing dad to
I
this
also, I also think he's being a little dumb. I think he's being a little dense and is taking it as she doesn't want to date him because he has kids that he has to take care of.
kid. Yeah.
And he's like, well, you have kids you have to take care of. You have 26, 27-year-old. Like, he's just being dense,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
A
that part is
comment-
a little different. Yeah.
A comment that speaks to what you guys were saying is not necessarily. My dad was 52 when I was born. He lived till I was 30, and even then, he was the youngest 82-year-old I've ever met. He had no ongoing health problems and died very suddenly. Having a child so late in life meant he took really good care of himself because he wanted to be around for me as long as possible. He was also the most devoted and caring dad. He retired when I was 12, so I was lucky enough to get to spend a huge amount of time with him. Honestly, he was a better dad to me than my much older siblings because he had so much time to give. I do understand why people say it's irresponsible to have kids at that age, but I wouldn't change my situation for the world.
Yeah, I mean, my dad had me really old. My dad was like mid or early 40s. Yeah, I think
another
it's.
comment.
I think
comment
they're both
is-
assholes at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're both at
That's
fault.
it's a pretty common thing. Keeps coming
Yeah.
around.
And again, like I understand why she didn't say it on the date. I get it. I probably would have not either because I don't want to face that possibility of something going wrong in person. But I agree. with Cole, should have
She's
said something
definitely the
after.
bigger asshole because it looks like there was multiple opportunities for you to tell this man it's not going to work out for this reason. You could have said it after the date, and then you didn't. And then when he pressed on because he's like some horny fucking 50-year-old that's trying to really get some, I guess. And like you told him no, and then you like kept it like going on like no, it's just not gonna work out. Tell the man like why, like hey, it's not gonna work out because of this, and like I just we should just end it. You know what I mean? Because if it's different, I think, when you tell someone no, and they just want to know, like, well, what did I do wrong? Like, I know they don't deserve it, but like that kind of just helps, kind of like just end it right there. I feel like, because they're gonna have that lingering feeling. I don't know how long. Like, I don't know. I've had this situation where I've told a girl, like, it's just not gonna work out, and then like I just don't tell them why, and I just kind of ghost them, and they message you, they fucking kind of like get a little bit crazy and stalkerish. Now, I'm not saying it's just a woman; could happen to a man too, and I've seen it happen to other female friends of mine. But like, if I could have just gone back out and just been like, listen, I don't like you because of this personality. I don't think it's gonna work out. Like, just be upfront. I would say.
I have
Yeah.
the hardest time understanding, and it probably has to do with because I'm not a girl, you know. But I just have the hardest time understanding the like not. And I guess I understand it, but I don't all in the same sentence. So I don't want it to be taken out of context. But like trying to understand not being just upfront with everything, and it's probably just from my life experiences, and also like it's easy for me to say that being what 6'2", 200-pound fucking man, you know. It's easy
Yeah.
for me to say that, but like I don't know, I can't find that viewpoint for me.
It's for saying it in person or saying it after.
Saying it after, or even just like even mildly hinting at it in person, like
Yeah,
you have to give some sort of sign a
I
little
understand.
bit.
I understand why you don't understand after, but during, like, you have to understand that I would do the same thing she did,
Yeah,
because
but
I
you
have
said you would
seen.
pay. You said you would offer to pay, and that's a little sign at least.
I would. Yes, but no. I would offer to pay at any date, and I have. I'm like, do you want to go Dutch? Do you want to
Yeah.
pay for it? Like, it's
Well,
always an
all
option I
that,
offer.
all that. I mean, regardless if you like them or I'm not saying just offer to pay if you don't like them. If you like them, have them pay. Like that's a thing I really respect from somebody in general. Like you offer to pay, no, I'm paying for this one, or okay, yeah, but help me out here,
So,
whatever.
so what if she did kind of like not be interested and offered to pay for herself, and he said, no, I'll pay? Does that mean that immediately she has to be like, well, I'm not
No,
interested
no,
in
just
you?
that. You could have left it just like that. Like okay,
Okay.
because then he has no fucking legs to stand on by saying you should have told me before I paid this bill. Like, no, she offered to help pay. You said no. It doesn't matter how anything was going. She offered to pay. You said no.
Yeah, and it's always like end of the date, like you both reach for the check kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
it's not that difficult. Even like I mean, offer to pay
no,
a little bit
not
or let me tip or something.
right. Yeah, I agree that that should have taken place. I feel like that should be a norm in
I
dates, just
also
overall.
you brought it up. I didn't think about it till you brought it up. I mean, I get they're older, but she's using Reddit.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
that was a good point, Soul. That was a good point.
It was
Okay.
my
Or
point.
River. Okay, River.
Way to
Yeah,
go. Just
it is.
assume.
Sorry, River.
It is a
Sorry.
great point by me. You know, I gotta thank the American education system for allowing me to think that.
But yeah, for real, like River, that is a good point. Like if she is comfortable with technology and kind of knows trends and stuff, she should have done something. Like maybe maybe she was just in it for a free meal. I don't know.
Hey, some girls are.
Yeah. But yeah, I think they're both.
Or
an
maybe
asshole in
it's
this
a made up
situation.
story, like a lot of stuff on Reddit.
All right, River. Let's not even get into that because
Wow,
it's a
the
whole other
conspiracy.
topic. All right.
Are we getting into conspiracies now again?
Right.
I want to add a new segment, which is not today for our next one. With the am I an asshole? I want to add in like a conspiracy theory that we haven't talked about. Just like bring it up.
Okay, so that'll be your thing from now on.
I'll look
Right.
for one.
Every week, I need a conspiracy from you.
Some of them might be updates from like previous ones.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Because I don't know
I
how many
want updates.
conspiracies are
Yeah.
out there.
I want to be informed. I don't know all of them anymore. All right. Shout outs. Who wants to go first?
Not me.
River.
River.
River, you go first.
Shout outs to Swan and Minion. Safe travels. Hopefully they enjoy World Cup soccer.
World
Oh, yeah,
Series.
where'd they go?
World Series. They went to Atlanta
Atlanta.
to go see the Braves World Series
Mm,
because that's Minion's favorite team.
all right.
So, and I think they're 2-1, so they're like leading the World Series right now, so they might win it.
Wow. All right,
Frenchie?
Soul, you're up.
Oh, I'm up. Okay.
Yeah, soul. Yeah, soul.
I am going to shout out. Shit, I don't even know how to shout out. You know what? I got one. I'm gonna shout out this. It's called shit. You know what? I actually want to get the name right because these guys have helped me out a lot. Hold on. I'm getting it. Hold on. Hold- Okay, I found it. All right. I want to shout out Richie's Pawn Shop. They are locally here in Florida. They're actually like a street down from me. I want to shout them out because like this whole year I've been having like struggle financially with my job because of the hours just going up and down, up and down. That I had to pawn a couple of like musical stuff and I got them back actually recently. But they've been working with me and they've been the nicest people that I have ever dealt with when it comes to like anything like pawns. Because I've done pawn shops where like I've had to sell a couple of stuff back in the day in college, and it was like I felt like I was always getting ripped off, and they were always like really smug about it. But these people are like the nicest people. They always gave me like more than I think what the value of that thing was after like they would ask me like, so you're pawning it for like a specific reason. I would tell them like it's just because of my financial issues, and like they would give me I feel like more than what the item was worth, knowing that I'd want to get it back. Because I told them I was like I just want to pawn it and I'll pay like the monthly fee or whatever. And I had like a couple of mic stands and mic stuff and like equipment wise that were for like music that I really didn't want to lose. And like they've held on to them, make sure it's like clean, it's not, not damaged. And there was even some months where I couldn't pay and they were like, no, just come next month and we'll be square. You just have to like pay a fee. Like we'll make sure like you don't lose your stuff. So like shout out to them because they are some like real class people. Especially like I would assume that's really hard to do for a pawn shop is be that way because I think you have to be kind of money hungry and like be like,
Yeah.
but they're not. And like they even told me like they've had their own financial issues like with the pawn. So like, and I really think it's just because of the kindness of their hearts. Like they just try to help out people. So like, shout out to them because there's not like a lot of people that would do that in that industry.
See, and that kind of lends out to my shout out. I'm shouting out Soul this week. He's been going through a lot. He was supposed to get new hours, and then they told him that he was basically going part time at 18 hours a week, and he was very upset. Rightfully so. And he just went through a lot of emotions and didn't know how he was going to pay for anything or do anything. And I just felt so bad every time he messaged me with like an update. It's like, yeah, now I'm down to 18. Like, I'm so upset and all this stuff. And then eventually they made it right and gave him like full hours and stuff. But there was a period of time that you guys don't know about where it was basically like he was going to have to get a new job because he wasn't going to be able to support himself and Lila and all this stuff. And he went through a lot of hard times these past 2 weeks, and I just want to shout out you, Soul, because I know how hard that was for you. So I'm glad it all worked out. But again, I'm sorry you had to go through that because that was real shitty.
Yeah, corporate America, man, they string you on sometimes.
Yeah. So shout out you.
I give you a smack on the butt and say good game.
Thank you. It was a hard fought win, coach.
Shout out. I'm gonna shout out.
Shout out
fake
yourself.
shout out. My
You wanna-
fake shout out is Bigfoot.
You wanna shout out to those judges? How they're so like they're very good at their job.
So fair.
So fair.
Shout out to European judges.
The fairest out of everybody, man.
Fairest of them all.
USADA can take notes.
I'm gonna shout out CoinFlip, which also happens to be the company I work for.
Your sponsor. Yeah,
Yeah.
look at you. Moving
Coin
up the
flip.
world.
They helped me out getting to Italy for this World Championship. They're a Bitcoin ATM company, so anybody who works or wants cryptocurrency in the States currently, we have like 1,000 some locations. We're in just about every state except New York. And
Are they getting into NFTs at all?
What?
NFTs?
I'm unfamiliar. I don't know what that is.
Oh.
It's like images now that are worth like Bitcoin. or something.
Yeah.
It's
like
what?
art
Like
pieces
like
online,
memes and
basically.
gifs and art pieces are now like they have a currency, like a big currency or something.
Oh, this is just a way to buy Bitcoin in a certain couple random currencies. Like Ethereum's on there, Chainlink. I don't know the other ones, but the website I just put in the chat, which is coinflip.tech. You guys can
Nice.
find a location and use them. It's a good way to buy with cash and sell for cash.
Actually,
So you
Nice.
don't have a card or anything involved. That's the biggest
coin
thing for it.
flip, where they keep flipping them coins.
Used to be if you called customer service, you might get me on the line.
Hey, my name's Hammered Bartender. How can I flip your coins today?
I'm sorry. My name is Matt Paul. I was in a movie. How can I flip your coin today?
Yeah.
Oh, are you related
Sorry,
to
I
Logan
was-
Paul?
I was busy punching people's face.
Sorry, I was busy competing in Worlds, you know.
Shout out to the Paul brothers for ignoring my fight requests.
They've been ignoring everybody's fight requests.
Yeah. Well, no, Jake Paul just agreed to another fight with another person.
Didn't he agree to it with Fury?
Yeah, Fury. That's it.
It's
Ex-
Tyson Fury's
ex-
little brother.
Oh, okay. I was like, excuse me, Tyson Fury?
No, not Tyson. Not Tyson.
Like what?
Fury's dad came out and said that if he loses, he's gonna retire him from boxing.
As he should. As he should.
Yeah, so this
As
is an
he
interesting
should.
fight.
Have you
Yeah.
quick here's a quick conspiracy for you. Have you heard about the who the fuck was it? I forgot what fighter it was that was talking about it on a podcast. But they were saying that the Woodley fight and everything, like he had to sign a contract where he wouldn't knock him out. And that's why every time they got him when he had him up in the corner, he never swung hard. Or never like swung anything like significant. Which I'm not gonna say kind of makes sense, but hey, you know,
I wouldn't put it past him. You know?
I saw the fight. I saw a fight live. I could have sworn Woodley knew how to, you know, throw a heavy punch, and I just thought he forgot a little bit.
I thought he forgot.
That's all. Hey, that's what he's gonna have to say, bro, because it looks real weird how he did throw a lot of punches. Man, I
Yeah, I
forgot how
mean,
to throw an
Tyrone's never-
underhood, man. Underhook.
Tyrone's never been a phenomenal boxer. I'll put that out there. But he definitely knew how to hit hard, and I didn't see him hitting hard.
Yeah, last time I checked, he knew how to throw hands.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
see a lot of that.
We had talked about the fight before you had seen it. So that's interesting for you to say now that you've seen it.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to we're gonna have to talk about that next week because I actually want to
Yeah.
get into that.
Let's put a pin in it. All right.
Did you watch
Okay.
the fight? Did you watch the whole fight in its entirety?
Yeah,
No, I did not.
I'll watch it again, but
Yeah, we all watched it like as a DVD group, so that's why I was able to.
Yeah,
comment.
Lucky
I
paid for it.
Just saw it. Yeah, it was great.
I was
Yeah,
trying to
I-
just get it on bootleg, but he said I'll just pay for it. I was like, all right, bro.
Well, because
like-
it kept like stopping, so we couldn't actually watch it.
I there's a reason why I wasn't gonna pay for it because of the way the fight went. I knew it was gonna be some
I know.
real weird
Yeah,
shit.
whatever. At least it went to the end, and no one KO'd right at the beginning.
Yeah, that's the problem that it went to the end. That's the whole
Yeah.
problem.
I'm here to see somebody die.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, all right. Let's put a pin in that. We'll talk about it next week.
So next week
Thank
we'll be on.
you. Thank you to everyone who tuned in and is listening right now. We appreciate you sticking with us.
Big league, big
Yep.
league.
We'll be on next week, and Podbean episode will be up this week on Wednesday. Last week we didn't put it up because we missed a week last week, so this week
Yeah,
will
so
be up.
we're slowing down a bit, but
Yeah. So you
we'll
can
be
always
good.
check us out, podbean.com/smartnotsober.
It is on Spotify, 100%. I'm subscribed on
Yep.
Spotify.
You can just find us on Spotify.
Yeah.
And at this point, I think we should be on Apple Music, but I don't know
But
because
also you should watch it live because you just missed Hammered's tongue move that he just did. So.
yeah, we can't get that on audio, man. You gotta
Yeah.
watch it visually.
No,
Gotta watch
No.
it.
you next time I'll lean into the mic and get an ASMR going.
There we go.
All right. Thank you, everyone who listened. Thank you for Hammered, River, Soul, and me for showing up and hanging out. And
Yeah,
we
we'll
hope
see you
you have a
next
good
week.
week.